It is Wednesday, my dudes, which means it's time for something you clicked on by accident. It is October the 4th, 2023, session number 61 or 62? 62! 62. How's everybody doing?
So good.
So good.
Very good.
Happy to hear it. What happened last time?
Unbelievable.
It's never believable.
We scried on some things. We talked to some people, and by we I mean mostly Cinder. Some of the rest of us, we
After talking to
escorted-
himself.
yeah,
We had a Buckles and 4chat.
we escorted the people to the place,
Holy triumph.
Holy Triumvirate.
Right.
Are we still there right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have one more night to spend there, and then the following day you were supposed to meet up with Ben at Rise.
Yes.
I do not recall what your plan was to get there. Oh, there's a
was
teleportation circle. I think Halvad was going to bring you.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
help out. Yeah. I think that covers it.
Yeah.
I think just about.
That was session 2 of Cinder talks to way too many people for way too long. And now we get back to your regularly scheduled programming of moral obligations with Rook.
Hey, Cinder doesn't always get to talk to people. That's
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was our zero dice roll session of me being jet lagged after waking up earlier in that week in Prague and flying home. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys are in the Holy Triumvirate at this current time. I believe you set the trickery up with a fellow who was a follower of Kelemvor over there to see if he had anything of interest to talk to him about. You guys reunited with 13 and Balvar Tarstak, who is here as well, as mentally infirm as ever. The mayor is here along with a handful of the heads of worship from some of the powers. They are not all here. Some of them have been stationed elsewhere in the ladder to provide assistance. And you guys also noted that there are some new clerics here too, of the old church, trying to integrate and assist where they can, since this has become something of a point of defense. Really, the entirety of this island has kind of become the primary home for folks from the ladder, because they're trying to basically consolidate resources. This and the island to the south. The islands of the North Ladder have largely been evacuated, with the exception of the farthest away. I think St. Lasgar is the name of the town up there with the abbey. But everywhere else has largely been evacuated southward after Godshold attacked St. Luke Hall and pretty much razed it to the ground. So yeah, you guys are in the Triumvirate. You have one more night to spend here to complete your long rest, technically speaking. So if there's anything that anybody would like to get up to during this time, you are welcome to do so.
Yeah, I'll visit Celeste.
There's another banjo involved.
Not this time.
That's broken.
Go
I
huh?
have my guitar, but it won't be involved.
Okay.
I was wondering if you could perhaps prepare a Zone of Truth tomorrow.
Oh. Wow, yeah, that's been a while since I've done that. Yeah, I could prepare it. What did you
I
have in
would-
mind?
Well, interrogation.
Oh, right.
Old Dodrick is back there, so I'd like him to tell me the truth, or at least avoid answering.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main contention I gotta deal with is he just won't talk.
Yeah. And then I'll sick Millicent on him, or I'll stab him with my dragon tooth, and then they'll be maybe angry enough to say something that he's not supposed to.
I'm not sure how... I don't feel great about torture.
Listen, how else are we supposed to get this information, huh? I don't know.
I guess the other
What-
question is
What would
how.
you rather us do with him?
Well, I'm just trying to gauge.
Yeah.
How much do you think you're gonna get out of him? Like, as far as what information he has?
Well, he's Andreas's best friend, so I feel like plenty.
Okay, fair enough.
At least he was in the in the other dimension, which isn't too far behind. That I feel like they've at least kept up with each other to some degree. I mean, he's still in some degree of power.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll prepare his honor truth regardless.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Just don't. Well, I can't really say go overboard if he's on your list. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think I should bring Millicent in with us for that? I mean, she's been doing all of this stuff with us so far, and she is involved in the war at this point.
Yeah. If she wants to, she can join. I don't think I'm gonna stop her one way or the other.
Oh, I'll ask her, and I'll put it right out front exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna talk to her.
Okay. Good. Have fun.
I will.
Oh, good.
I'll go to Millicent.
Yeah.
Hey, Mills, what are you doing?
Nothing right now. Just like I'm standing there. Like,
T-posing.
stand here.
yeah. Like, imagine, like,
Sitting here looking at our wall, huh? Wow.
yeah, this is a nice tree over here, so I thought I would admire it.
Yeah.
She's just staring at Cinder.
But,
He's just a little far away. Hey, look, I have something to ask you about tomorrow. You know my whole situation with Daldrick, right?
yeah, he's on
He's
your
on-
list.
Yeah, he's on the list. So obviously I'm going to interrogate him, and most likely kill him.
Yeah.
Do you want to be involved in the harming of Daldrick and? Well, I'm gonna kill him. You won't. You won't kill. You won't do that part.
No, that's for you. Yeah, I know that much.
Do you want to be involved in that whole process?
He's a bad guy, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'll help any way that I can.
All right.
No problem with that. He's a bad guy. I don't like
Alright.
those.
Yeah. Who likes those?
Hmm.
All the people on my list are bad guys.
Yeah. I have no problems with that.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Can we see the list? Do you have the list?
I have my table here. Oh, it's a little blurred still, but
Yeah, that's just been.
it just has where I know that they're probably at. All right, great. Well, I'll obviously be doing the questioning and the killing, but when I direct you to, maybe you could
Intimidate him?
intimidate him however you feel necessary.
Okay, I can do
Yeah.
that.
However you feel necessary.
I don't know if it's too much.
Well, don't cut anything off, because then you bleed out maybe.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, no more severing hands. How about that?
Drive a hard bargain.
Yeah, there's nobody around, right? Are we?
If there was, there's not anymore.
Right. Yeah. Well, you just put some thought into it, onto your different methods.
I'll think about that. Yeah.
All right.
I'll
All
do
right.
today.
Great.
I'll sit straight where I was and start thinking.
Oh, all right. Okay. Walk away.
She's on her thinking stump.
Yeah.
Pooh Bear style.
Yeah.
Anything else from anybody?
No. I visited, seen all the. We're good.
Good.
All right. You guys head off to your fortress, that your portable fortress, and sleep for the night. Rook, during the night, you find yourself in a restless sleep, and you seem to wake up in a dreamlike state, and you find yourself just kind of in some large marble hall. It's kind of your footsteps echo all around you. You kind of look down and you see the floor of large tiles of black and white checkered marble. Then you just see kind of a couple of chairs up ahead of you with a table between.
Has this been a dreamlike state place I've been before?
Yeah. It's a little different than the last time, but
Yeah, I thought so.
it's familiar.
Alright, I'll walk on it.
As you head over that way, you see a figure just kind of appear in the chair farthest from you. A distinguished, late middle-aged human gentleman, salt and pepper hair, a smart beard, a rifle at his back. This is someone you've seen before. Just kind of uses his foot and pushes the other chair out from the table. There's not actually anything on the table at this time.
I'll take a seat.
You've been busy.
Oh, yeah.
You have a new face.
Yep.
And
You like it?
I was partial to the old one, but this one's not too bad. Of course, the old one wasn't exactly yours, was it?
No, not really.
I see he's back too. With a new face to boot.
We've been very busy.
You've seen some things, I take it.
Yeah.
How was the forest?
Wasn't my favorite.
Never was one for the wooded environs myself.
No. We're at least like-minded there.
I think you'll find there are many more ways.
Probably.
And perhaps that's why you hate me so.
Probably.
Touché. I want you to know. I know what you are about. What business is afoot.
And what would that be?
Well, I know you have an axe to grind. And I know the people whom you've allied yourself with. They are unorthodox. Effective, but untrained, unpracticed, disorganized. This effort will fall apart swiftly. I don't want there to be unnecessary bloodshed.
You don't.
Of course I do not. I want the
And yet
betterment
you-
of my people.
Is that what all your people want too?
I do not care what my people want, only that they do what I tell them to.
I do mean all the people under you directly.
They
Your
want their
family
own.
and such.
They want the success of our people, of our nation. We have prospered.
And that's why you guys bombed the tar stacks.
Well, you know as well as I that Byron had information that would have been detrimental that place that you went to was not exactly what you would call safe. Would you agree? Demons afoot? Seas in turmoil? Monsters around every corner. That is what you want for us.
No.
I will admit that Clifford was a bit overzealous, perhaps.
Yeah, a little bit.
And Prixon has that in her blood as well, though she has her reasons.
Sure, but she went a little overboard too at certain points.
She is governed by her emotions, not by her mind, which is why she is allied with me, who has no such weakness.
Is there something you want to gain by this little talk? Are you worried about old Daldrick?
I don't care what you do to him. He has been no friend to me. Fails to follow simple agreements. He couldn't keep his people safe. He is not fit to lead. I am curious, though. He just kind of looks at your belt where you have your gun. Just kind of takes his, sets it on the table.
Oh yes, it's very nice, isn't it?
So you met him.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I still don't like any version of you.
A
He
simple
gave me a
answer.
fucking demon lord.
He might not have known what that was.
Maybe.
Grazit has a way with people.
Yes, I figured that out.
That's all. I see more than you realize,
So I'm gathering.
which is why I want you to know. If you lay a hand on my family, I will not be held responsible for what happens to you. I am giving you the full warning that you deserve as an autonomous person. Take some time. Think about what it is you are embarking on, what it is you are dragging those closest to you into. You have found a new family. You have found an old family. And by some miracle, all of them live yet. Do not think that that is a gift you will always have. I know you don't care what happens to you.
I do care what happens to you, though.
Then I look forward to the months to come.
See you then.
You then. And you wake up.
Okay.
You guys wake up. Rook a little more, not super restful, but
Bags under the eyes.
just sweating.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I just had a little talk with old Andy up there, you know.
Old Andy.
Yep, Andres is not, yeah. He knows a lot about our travels, apparently.
Oh. Who told him that?
No.
No one.
A lot is in, like, everything, basically, so.
Cool.
Yeah, apparently he watches us all the time. What a creep.
Well, I haven't seen any scrying spheres thus far, but I wouldn't put it past him to just have, people as, correspondence. Or
Yeah.
other means of...
Do you
making
think we
out
have a
scrying.
spy over here?
I'm sure there's at least one.
But, like, close to us?
It was Buckles.
The
Is
camera
the
just
spy
zooms
here
in
right
on everyone.
Yeah.
Boom mic just comes up out of the frame.
But yeah, he basically said if I touch any member of his family, then things are gonna go quite badly for you all.
Okay.
I mean, did we expect anything otherwise?
Of
Yeah.
course not.
We're in war, right? Like, isn't that?
Yeah.
Fuck, of course.
The one thing we'd have to be concerned about is if he's trying to, trying to spite you and would personally just teleport somewhere and teleport back just to shoot someone in the face. Like, I'd see that happening if, things come to pass.
I wouldn't put that. I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's my one concern when he says that. If he's really meaning for vengeance, well,
That's like what he did in your brain.
Yeah.
That was weird.
it would
It sure
be,
was.
It was also fucking rude.
yeah, it would be kind of funny though if we just ruined everything they had and still, like, obviously you have your list. But it would be funny if we ruined anything regardless without actually killing them.
Yeah, I was thinking that I would just pick off everybody else who's not a Blackmire first.
Probably be the easier targets to hit.
They really would.
Also, as we're having this conversation, can I look around again as we're aware that
Yeah.
he's been watching
Make a perception check.
Oh, so good.
Do you have the ability? Oh, you have just see invisibility all the time now, right?
Uh huh.
Hell yeah.
So great. Hell yeah.
You do see a little floating scrying eye in the corner of your fortress room here.
I just look up at it. Hello. Okay.
It
Is he
dissipates.
here with us right now? Oh, hey, come back here for a second.
How about we go talk? Well, okay. I don't know how we could magically add anything to this fortress because it's already a magic item, but
I mean, there's no way that
Get
he's
Adam.
just scrying on us all the time. I mean, he's got stuff to do, right?
Yeah.
but he has a lot of money and can just pay people to do that for him.
Oh shit! I forgot about money.
Money can be exchanged for goods and scries.
That's true.
We have Aelith, right? That's probably the main artifact that would allow scrying.
I would imagine I'm
Well,
primarily
please.
that. Yes.
Yeah, I
Unless-
imagine so.
Unless he had Clifford go and get it from the other side.
I don't
Oh,
think there. I don't
shit.
think I am on the other side.
Oh, right.
Maybe. I don't know. I
We
don't
did
remember
see
where we landed
fight
on
number
that.
2.
Did
Yeah, we saw the other side.
It
that
could
was...
be just the ones that have people in them that are duplicated. In which case,
In which case, there is another you.
yes.
An evil Aelith.
And in which
I
case,
don't think
like,
she's evil.
just another Aelith.
I died a
This
long
being-
time ago. The
It's
last
being
25
used by
years.
Evil people.
The last 25 years wouldn't. I'm pretty sure you did see the crystal ball next to
I
the
think we
site.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I thought we did look at that.
Well, let's see. Clifford, Rook, Dodrick. He's gonna die today.
Really just setting the agenda.
He'll die second. Sabas and Mira, they're like last, right? They're like last.
Depends on when Sabas decides to show up, because he's been keeping under the radar pretty hard.
Yeah, I
At least
don't
your
want
last.
to.
Ben's a kid, too.
Him anytime. Yeah, he's on the list. Pretty low down there, but
Dark horse
just
list pick.
because- all the rest of them though, they're all kind of Blackmires, so. So really, it'll just be like 2 people before I start getting into that.
Unless we shake things up and go after Benzik. We were talking about going to the desert.
Or Prixon.
Oh,
That's a big one.
that's a really
Big
big
people.
one.
That's a big one, especially when she's in a city that's guarded by... Oh. That's a really big one, considering she's in a city guarded by giant robots and is in martial law.
They'll never expect it.
Well, we're going to Zeltenbrock, aren't we?
I
Aren't we?
mean, yeah, but like, it's
Okay.
easier to get into a country versus a locked down city.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
We're going to Zeltenbrock. We're not just traipsing into fucking Onric.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. To rise.
You guys head out of your little tower, collapse it, and you see Halvad and Roger and Jensung and Isaac and Ophelia are all down there.
Hello, everyone.
Are we all good to go, or?
Hey, Dad. Andreas knows that you're back.
Oh. Cool.
He was really thrilled about that.
Oh boy. That is
Yeah.
not great.
Oh, and I've been
No.
seeing a scrying orb, so
Oh,
unsurprising.
not great at all, actually.
He
Yeah,
loves crime.
I was going to ask if there's any way for us to ward our tower. I know it's already magical, so maybe not.
I mean, you could make a sanctum, but it's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
To get something like we have back in St. Daleth is a much bigger prospect. It's not impossible, but
It takes time
yeah,
and resources.
yeah. Neither of which
Okay.
we're very well stocked in.
Yeah, light on both. Okay, just figured to ask.
How did he talk? How did he talk to you? Did he show up? Did he like teleport?
He showed up in my dream.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that happens to me sometimes, but not with him.
With who?
It doesn't matter.
Does it?
Are we sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Do you have really important conversations in those dreams?
Not a lot of talking.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. All right.
Roger's just like,
Yeah, what about you, Roger?
I don't sleep.
Yeah.
Suppose.
Well,
All right, I'm uncomfortable. I'm gonna start drawing this circle.
please do. Please do.
Ophelia is just kind of like off to one side, just like.
Ophelia,
Yes.
do you think there'd be any merit in us going back to Tycon and gathering forces maybe at some point? Are there a lot of forces in Tycon from your other siblings?
Yes, reasonably. I don't. Benedict and the others have standing armies of some sort. Not a lot to them, but it could be worth a try, assuming Benedict and Demetrius are sane, and I have no idea what's going on with Rosalind.
Also,
Right.
assuming we're welcome. Anyway.
Well, that was just in Grasswind, right?
Yes, I wouldn't go back there.
No.
Although Octavius did return and give them something of a talking to, so I don't know exactly what the status of that city is.
Oh, is he back there?
No, he's over in Forsberg.
He just popped in for a...
Yeah. He wasn't too keen on some of those merchant princes.
Oh. Oh, so like when you say a talking to...
He killed a few of them, yes.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's...
Sounds like they deserved it, so...
Yeah.
They did sell him to giants.
Yeah, pretty fucked up. Ooh, the giants. Do you think those cloud giants would help us?
If you slept with that one.
It's true.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
I'm drawing the circle!
Although I suppose you do have a new body now, so maybe it wouldn't be your responsibility.
Oh no. Ophelia just slaps him. Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Now, right?
Let's go.
Yeah, anyways, moving on.
How that finishes the circle.
Oh my
The
god.
bunch of you step through it, and once again find yourselves in that room at the top of that one tower in the middle of Rise that you teleported into last time. You see, standing at the door, axe in hand, is a bulky figure that you guys take a second and then recognize as being Damon, the guy who was kind of in charge of the prisoners here. Just, oh, we were expecting you. They're downstairs.
Alright, great.
There's a lot of you. Yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
This kind of gets a head count. I recognize some of you, and I don't recognize some of you, so I'm assuming we're all good. Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, we're all good. I just have a new face, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
don't
have
worry about
no response to that, so.
that. That's fine.
Highly recommend digging into that as little as you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable digging into it at all, so I'm just gonna go ahead and
Perfect.
stick with
Optimal.
my business. Yeah, they're downstairs. They're waiting for you.
Great.
You guys head down to the main room. You see there's kind of a perfunctory like breakfast and tea set up on the table, at which you see sitting a few familiar faces. You see Ben is sitting there. He's kind of leaning his chair back against the wall. He's got one of his feet up on the table. He's got his walking stick with him there. Seems a little more haggard. He's got armor. He's got like studded leather on. He's seems to have cut his hair a little bit. Some of it's kind of back in like a ponytail, but the beard is just kind of a little bit bushier, a little longer. Also at the table there is Mary Mac. She is looking pretty much just like you left her. Probably a few more battle scars, but otherwise no worse for the wear. Seems to be already into a mug of ale. You also recognize Wolf and Zago are also the other two folks at the table. Zago, very large there, just kind of sitting with a teacup. The hulking Goliath. You can see still some scarring on both of his legs from where he fell down a chasm a year ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. What a time that was.
Wolf is just there, just kind of playing with a few coins. He just kind of looks up. He's the first to look up as you guys come down the stairs. He's like, "Hey!"
Hello!
Hey!
Hello.
I know some of you. I don't know all of you, but I know some of you. See, Ben just kind of like gets himself up. He just immediately goes to whichever of you is the closest to him, which is probably Rook, and just kind of gives a bear hug, and then just goes down the line to all of you.
Yes.
Oh God, it feels like it's been like a year.
Has it?
Yeah.
No, it's been like 5 months, but it feels like it's been like
Wow.
a year.
I mean,
It's been a long
nearly
ass
half the
time.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still a long time.
Too long. See, he finally ends up at his dad and just kind of has a little moment with him, just kind of nods and goes back to the table, shakes Jensung's hand as well. See Mary Mac there. How's it going? Glad to see you. None of you are dead.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Though sometimes barely.
We got some Ophelia. Hello. Yes. Hi. And I don't think I've had the pleasure. I'm Isaac. Hello. Just a pal, a guy that. No, I'm sort of his father. Oh, yeah, they did. Okay, they
Yes,
told. Yeah, no, yeah, okay.
Yes, that's, yeah.
Good to meet you. Likewise. Sorry, my version of you is not as nice.
It's fine, he's not alive anymore.
I'm gonna breeze past that if it's all the same to you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were gonna talk about. Rook, Dodrick is here
Yeah.
in the cells. Zago can take you. He's kind of the guard. Oh yeah, he loves it. He loves being a guard.
Do you?
It's okay.
Ben, do you have anything else you need from Dodrick?
Yeah. Anything else you guys need to ask him?
We really
'Cause this-
haven't had much luck getting any information out of him. We don't have a ton in the way of casters here. We usually just kind of have them more towards the areas that are more necessary.
That's perfectly fine. Just know that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I
going
was,
there will probably be his last conversation.
we have completely prepared for that eventuality. We're just hoping you get some info out of him before you.
Oh yeah, of course.
Also, I want to be there when you do it, if that's okay.
Okay.
The guy was a real dick to me when we showed up.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
great.
yeah. How
Kind of
did you
an
capture him?
Oh man, it was sick. We Jensung led the charge. We had Ed with us. We had just a whole fleet of hoppers heading over that way. It was wild. It was pretty much a bloodless takeover too. Like, he really tried to get people to fight us, but there were so many of us and so few of them. Like, it just, they had a few Warforged soldiers on the like the precipice, like on the beaches, but when they saw we were going to leave them alone, they pretty much left us alone too. So
Nice.
we have a handful of them over there, but yeah, Barney's over there. Octavius is over there. Actually, I think Barney came with us. I have no idea where that guy went, honestly. But did you meet Barney?
Yes,
He
we
said
did.
he met you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting fella.
He sure
Yeah.
is.
But Julia's over there too. So.
Hmm.
And we've been working with Camilla. She's kind of like, I don't know, she's sort of like the de facto leader of the town now that Dodrick's gone. She was kind of the priestess of that Temple of Mystra they have over there.
Okay.
She's like sees the future with art. I don't know. It's weird. She's weird, but yeah, she's an odd duck. But seems to be on our side. So who am I to judge?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, we really gave it to him, man. It was great. Should have been there. I mean, I get that you were trapped in another dimension. I'm just saying it was cool.
Yeah. I would have loved to have been there for that, but
Well, you're here now.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm really tired. What have you guys been doing? I
Fighting
heard.
demon lords, going to the alternate dimension, getting my dad.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, meeting the other me.
Meeting
Whoa.
the other you.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah, you killed
Yep.
him, right?
Yeah. Well,
We didn't.
We
we
did.
like.
He was an asshole and running a ship poorly, and we
Huh.
just allowed his crew to discover that.
That makes sense to me.
He was more or less leading his whole crew through enchantment, and then I took away the thing that did the enchantment, and then they killed him.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Did we give you a rundown on how the world was on the other side?
I got
Poor.
snippets of it.
Absolutely horrible.
Wolf was like, "I'm sorry, can we back it up? There's a parallel dimension. What's going on? I missed something.
Oh.
In fact,
Yeah,
days
there's a
by the
parallel
way.
dimension.
It's like morning.
Okay, cool. Well, actually, it's some other plane of the dimension. It's also something you could see in the sky at night. I've been tracking it.
Like the moon.
Yeah, like
Actually, yeah.
planet.
It's just another planet.
Just
Yeah.
a lot farther away than the moon.
Damn it. He just like slides like 5 gold over to Zago.
Nice.
I didn't think there
What
were
were
other
your-
planets.
They are apparently both, and at like the same time, planes and planets are.
Oh, some metaphysical bullshit. Was there another me over there?
I think there was talk of. Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Was
I
there
think,
another
I
man?
think we heard of you, but we did not meet you.
We didn't
because
meet you.
Ben's just
The
like,
islands
sorry.
at the time were run by an asshole version of Ben.
Wow.
He
Wild.
was the pirate lord.
Oh, that
Oh
sounds
yeah,
cool.
the tar stacks kind of ruled.
Damn, no shit.
Well,
Yeah, your
Not-
grandpa
you
was
were-
a very,
you were-
very bad person on that side.
Whoa.
you guys were kind of like alternate
Myers.
Black
Yeah.
Myers.
Yeah,
Yikes.
Yeah.
something too much power.
Really makes you think. Anyway,
Yeah.
how was alternate Celeste?
Honestly, probably doing a bit better than I was. Considering everything.
That's
She
rough.
still has her friends. Prixon is actually a good person. Um, the weird bit is that she's married to Celerio, who
That's
is
my
Who's
brother.
that? Oh,
yeah.
That guy.
That
yes, he's.
yeah.
Oh, that guy?
yeah.
That guy.
Oh my. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, so
How is he your brother? I mean, no offense, but like you're.
Whoa. Well, that's my
Talk about-
dad, and
talk
it's his
about his-
son.
Awesome. Oh, I didn't know you had a son. It's like, yeah.
I'm right here.
No, I was talking to Ophelia.
Oh, yeah, no.
She's like your stepmom, or
I don't think she likes to talk about it.
I really don't.
She
Wow.
likes to pretend that we're not related.
I mean, that makes sense.
Not.
I mean, Zago likes to pretend that we're not related. Just- Wow, there is
it's a lot to take in.
much
It's a lot.
happening.
Yeah.
Millicent, your mom is doing very well. She's helping
Yay.
out a lot. We can't really get a lot of reports from her, but last we heard, she was in Fairburg.
Oh.
Gatsby is around somewhere. Midas is incommunicado.
Dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we think he's dead. I mean, I would assume he's dead. We haven't had any success scrying on him, but that could be for any number of reasons.
Yeah, tried already.
Yeah. Well, so you know. But we have kind of some Allred is around here somewhere too, right? Yeah, some weird little dude said he met you in a pyramid. But
Yes.
he's helping out on the walls. And we have Taya. She's helping lead some research efforts, trying to deconstruct and reconstruct some of those robots with minimal success, but otherwise just making equipment. Yeah, come on out. Let's we can give you the tour.
Yeah.
He just kind of takes you guys out. You see the place looks somewhat different. There's definitely some damage around the outer walls that you can see from this distance. And it seems like most of the forest has been cut down and repurposed into accommodations, like houses and other buildings, workshops. Looks like there's a decent number of people here. Some of them you definitely recognize as being former prisoners. Some of them seem to just be other workers as well. That workshop that you saw before is still seems to be in use. Lots of smoke coming from that and other buildings around it where they seem to have put together blacksmiths and armorers and other construction areas. Lots of hoppers here. Lots and lots of hoppers. They seem to be making some as well. But they seem to just have the entire walls manned. There seem to be telescopes here and there as well to just keep an eye on the horizon. You see some other buildings where there seem to be people wandering around with like baskets of like scrolls and paper and stuff. And they seem to have also put together some farmland and stuff. Interestingly enough, it seems like they also still have the elevator in operation.
That actually interests me.
Yeah, so Taya is working in the workshop. They are over there. The casters that we are able to gather are making scrolls, mostly for scrying and sending purposes, just to communicate. Trying to make some magic items with limited success. Have a few Warforged as well over here. Some Awakened that are just working on some stuff. And then over that way is the remaining jail cells. You should see Clovis and Dallin are over there, but Zago usually runs the joint. But you see that tall, kind of thin, blonde man just kind of strolling up to you. He has a little saucer with a teacup on it. You guys recognize him as Gatsby. Oh, welcome back. It has been so long since I have seen your faces. And I have never seen some of your faces before.
Hello, Gatsby.
Oh, it is you! Same voice. The voice always tells.
Yes, yes.
So you are now returning for good to assist with the effort?
Most likely.
Very nice, very nice. We have lots and lots of defenses all around the outside. And we have information gathering on there and there for the telescopes to the east, west, and north. Just to keep an eye on things, so you know this place is relatively safe. We have sent a lot of people down and come back with a lot of people. Found some folks down there who were looking for a new lease on life. Figured we do not need to be enforcing the prison sentences of people who were convicted under the old regime, so we're putting them to work where they can.
All right.
Great. Say, we had a little concern about Midas's
Yeah.
ring.
The ring, yes, well, he has many of those. I assume you are talking about the teleporting one.
Yes.
Yes, we do not know. We have not heard that they have made use of it, but we are assuming they will. That is
Do
why
you
we have
know
guards.
how it works?
Yeah, you can put it down and it works very similar to like a gate spell. But it works on this plane, so you just name a person or a place and then you go there.
Thanks.
You have to have seen it before, but
Okay. Well,
they have seen this place before, and they have
Yeah.
seen a lot of us before, so it is of concern.
oh, right. Could just name a person.
Yeah.
Guys,
Does
that makes Andreas's earlier thing a lot more intimidating.
Does it work?
Nice, yes.
I'm sorry,
Does it
what
work like-
what
does it
earlier
work like-
thing? What are we talking about?
Oh, Andreas just threatened me in a dream spell thing.
Oh, he's been doing that to all of us.
Oh,
Oh.
geez.
Well, his lackeys. Did he do it personally?
Yeah, he did personally.
Oh,
this
cool.
is the second time for me. He really doesn't like me.
Yeah, no, they've been doing a lot of yeah, poor Julia.
Dream visits.
Julia's not doing great.
Oh.
they're just like
no.
not letting her sleep.
So I suppose we can work on something for that, can we? How about?
Ooh, we're working on it.
Okay,
Cool.
that's good. Dear God.
Yeah, no, she's a mess over there. That's rough. So he talked to you though personally?
Yeah, he basically said if I lay a hand on any of his family, then it will have been made personal, and he'll attack back personally as well.
Duly noted.
You know
I
that,
am not liking this man. Not very much.
No,
No.
Yeah, you could
Oh,
say that.
that's what I've
again.
been about this whole time.
You could say that again.
Also, just out of curiosity, can I just like look around again and see if there's anything?
Oh, yeah,
Or-
go for it. Make a
sorry.
perception check.
Yep. It's gonna be one of those annoying things where it's just like, I'm gonna keep looking around now.
Good idea. You don't see any.
Okay.
Question about Midas's ring, since you seem to be the one who knows it. Does it
No.
work like a gate spell where they can pick a person and just take that person?
I am not thinking so. What I believe. Let me consult really quick with how it works.
Because that would be a whole new bag of problems.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like.
Oh,
Disappear.
there goes Celeste. Oops.
Exactly. Oh, time to make Rook unhappy.
I
And your
think,
dad's gone.
I believe it is only making a little gate appear in the ground that you can jump through and come out. I don't think it suction.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay, good.
oh, that's
mean-
much better.
I mean, still, you can just get a strong enough person and just.
Yeah, or a big giant
Oh,
scary
yeah.
robot.
We're
Yeah.
very strong, though.
So hang on. Depending on like how they're using it, you just get that giant robot and they just stick their hand in and just pull the other person through. That's not a good prospect either.
No. No, it's not.
You're making Rook increasingly uncertain.
But that's things to worry about later, alright?
We
Yeah,
can go
that
with
sounds rough.
go with my idea of just ruin them without actually harming them and just have the monkey's paw curl in.
I
You
don't
still try to
think
harm
he's
him later.
gonna. I don't think he's gonna.
You might not discriminate.
Yeah.
One way to find out.
Probably a more general kind of threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like if you step foot in the bounds of the country, of course over there everything's all wonky anyway.
Right. Yes. Do you know any specifics on that?
No, we really, it's
Any
weird.
general?
Well,
No teleporting, right?
yeah, and
No
divination seems to be a little wonky that way too. The hoppers are not working very great. Basically, the conflux points are just going crazy.
Mm.
And I mean, like,
Probably.
usually really high level magic gets weird no matter what, but now it's like especially weird.
Do you know if they're having any of these issues? Like,
The only
Can they do
eye
things-
that we have on the inside is Ophelia Gray, and seems like it's centered around Drexler. She assumes that's not a coincidence.
Of course not.
So yeah, that's really fun. We're really just holding down the fort in Forestburg as well we can. They haven't really done too much. They sent a few like tentative pokes towards our defensive line, but nothing particularly major.
So, the first place I was thinking that we might hit was the Three Brothers. I know that's not a very defensive spot, but really it's just one person.
Could
that's
be
in
an
charge.
could be an inroad, I guess.
Yeah.
We got to get you something that stops you from being scryed on. Although if it's not working over there, then maybe once you're there, it
Yeah.
won't be as big of a problem.
Yeah.
maybe, but they're only gonna need to work once to know that we're in the country.
See if I can make some rings. Are they? You know if they're working on anything here with that? Yeah, I think so. I'll take a look and see what they have.
Anyhow, I figured maybe Onric second. I know that's certainly a more.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah. All I can think of is because that place is big on manufacturing, so perhaps some robotic stuff might be going on there, or at least they might provide some parts.
Makes it a good target, but a good target also. They're not dumb. That means that'll be defended.
Yeah. Not as defended as Drexler or Fairberg, though.
Yes. But maybe harassing the Three Brothers, maybe harassing Braddock, if you can get them to split some of the local forces to take interest in where you're moving around the countryside. If you're
Yeah.
talking about amassing
Yeah, maybe-
allies and finding armies from the south, maybe
Yeah,
we
maybe
use
Braddock second. You're right.
maybe we use forces in those areas to draw attention, and then a smaller group goes to Onric to cause problems.
Yes, that sounds good.
That also means that you get to be the one person to go to Onric and cause problems.
Yeah.
Problems are good.
Well, and that problem would be the line being crossed,
Yes.
because that's where Frederick Blackmire is. But that's very little ways down the road. Not that far, but a little ways. Well, may I visit our guest?
Of course. Yeah, let's go. If any of you want to stay behind here, yes, I do not want to see the bloodshed. Gatsby just kind of goes off. Isaac and Ophelia are like, yeah, we will stay back here.
Yeah.
Jen Sung's like, I'm just gonna do a look around and think. Yeah, I'll go with her. Well, I want to see some blood. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I want to see this fucker die.
I'm like, I'm ready.
I'm obliged to go because I have zone of truth.
Good idea.
Thank you.
Take you right to him. Be warned, there's another guy in the next cellmate over who's kind of, but we'll
Is
deal
there a
with
crazy
one
person
first.
in there?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Oh. A random guy or someone?
We found him down. We found him down below. He like really wanted to come up the elevator.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
So here he is. We're just kind of keeping an eye on him there.
Okay.
I have a thought as to who it is, but let's see.
Okay. Well, he won't. He doesn't seem to know his own name, so.
Maybe he wrote it in a journal somewhere, Cinder.
I thought about that.
Or maybe it's just some crazy...
Sure, I don't know what that means, but
Definitely be either of those things, yeah.
Onward, Zago, can you please lead the way?
Yep.
Thanks.
Takes you guys over to the outside wall where there are some prison cells. And it's kind of in like a room. It's kind of like a long, round hallway that goes around the entire premises. And there's just cells every like 20 feet. And there is one here that seems to be magically sealed. There's just straw on the floor, a bucket in the corner, chair in the opposite corner. And there is a halfling just kind of sitting in it, head down, very grimy, greasy hair, some blood matted on the side of his face. Just kind of seems to be talking to himself quietly.
Did someone already beat him up?
Oh, we had to do a little bit to get him in here.
Oh, okay.
We left most of it for you, though.
Wow. So considerate.
You see Mary Mac just like seems to have produced a stool from somewhere and just sets it down and just... Ben just kind of like stands next to her.
Can I just go in? Is there any sort of magic?
Oh, yeah. Zago just kind of walks up and just kind of mutters something and the lock opens. Dodrick doesn't move.
Can't you do the zone of truth from out here? Reach him?
Oh yeah, it's the bridge.
Yeah, it
6
should reach.
feet.
Alright.
I'll go ahead and cast that.
How long does that last?
It lasts for 10 minutes, so go to town.
Plenty of time.
Everybody go ahead.
Listen, would you please?
Everybody go ahead and make a save for that.
What is it again?
I think it's charisma.
It's a.
There's more wisdom.
Is it wisdom?
It's charisma. Here, I could just cast it on you guys if you
Ah.
want. It's DC.
Oh, man.
Charisma save DC 18.
Yeah, do it. Cast it on him.
Yeah, cast on
What
us.
is it?
And I'll roll for
Alright.
Dodrick.
Cast it. One. Oh.
All of a sudden, roll that natty 1.
Yeah. 2 nat 1 already. It's
Ben
okay. I don't think she can
succeeds.
lie.
Mary Mac fails. Zago fails. Wolf succeeds. And
Dodrick?
Dodrick succeeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I know whether everyone fails or succeeds.
Yes.
So, you said Dodrick failed?
He succeeded.
Oh
Succeeded.
my fucking!
You might as well just drop it.
I do have more than one second level. Anyone want to be? Can you bane him?
Oh yeah, I could.
You're gonna give
Yeah.
him unsettling words.
Oh yeah. I might do that instead. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and drop it there.
Millicent, come in.
Yes.
Rook,
Yes.
that lasts for 10. I can only do it for 1 minute, but I can detect thoughts. So if he
Ooh.
fails the zone, whatever he's thinking, I can get the surface, and at a key moment, I can go deeper. But I can start, and he won't know I'm doing it.
Yeah, we've already
But
done that on him before. Just the other one.
So
I would
won't know
leave
I'm
that up
doing
to your discretion.
I will do it, but if you had like a moment that you thought was critical, where you asked an important question or something that you really want to know, if you signal,
I could do a little glance back.
and I will use that moment to probe. He will know I'm doing it, but if you time it right, it can
I
maybe
mean,
be
I
helpful.
think he assumed. We could assume that he.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I'm just like warming
Walk
up.
on in. Millicent is
Alright.
doing her stretching.
Did you do the unsettling words or whatever?
Not yet. I'll come in there with my guitar.
You put your
Hello,
mask.
Dobrik.
You put your mask on.
Yeah, I'll put my mask on.
Oh,
Nice.
great.
Aldrich!
He
Oh,
just looks up at
no.
you. Balefully.
Hello there. Been so excited to meet you finally.
I don't know who the
How's it
fuck
going
you
here?
are.
Oh, just a guy looking for some answers here in this crazy world. Look, we're gonna need some stuff from you, and it's been very, very clear to me that Andreas doesn't give two shits about what happens to you, so maybe that'll make it easier.
Already knew that one, buddy.
Wow. Great. Well, then what's the problem?
I'll cast detect thoughts.
Just give us a bit of answers here.
Surface level thoughts are basically that he doesn't really care what happens at this point, so why should he tell anybody anything? Can't take any more from him.
Shit, he's depressed.
Keep it up.
Nothing matters.
Can I do the unsettling words with the Andreas stuff?
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
And roll a 1, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh,
Wow,
almost.
3.
Oh.
And then you want to do Zone of Truth again?
Yep, let's try this again.
We long rested while we were there,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did I not hit the button? Because I can hit the button.
I don't think so.
I just took my spell slots off.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
think
good.
that's the only thing. I'll roll this one publicly. He is a cleric, so he has +7 to this. But he also has enough levels of exhaustion to give him disadvantage.
Yeah, +7 for charisma.
Well, he gets proficiency in the
Oh.
save.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's right. I was like, what was my? Yeah, of course.
Ooh, well, but -3.
21 minus 3 is 18. What's your DC?
Sorry. Just
It's
have it up.
18.
18.
Oh, so close. Darn it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Well,
I'll just take the glance back at Celeste and see if it worked. It's fine.
Great.
Look,
You
I,
just hear Wolf. Man, I really got a shit. Sorry.
Just makes you can't lie. It doesn't take away your filter.
He just like goes off to another cell.
Oh,
oh,
right.
boo. Well,
Zago's like, I have to clean those buckets. It's like, I know, that's why I'm doing it.
look, we know that shit's fucked up on all sorts of accounts here, Dodrick. You could just help some things be made easier with a little less bloodshed that needs to be involved. If I could just go after certain particular people more easily.
You're gonna kill me no matter what?
Well, do you want to live?
I mean, it's preferable to the alternative.
Well, where would you go?
Where do any of us go?
Well, where would you go after we would release you, and then they would know that,
You're gonna
probably if we
release
did
me?
that, if we did.
I don't know where I would go. Down below, probably.
Well, we can get there.
Make a deception check.
Sure.
But I know you're planning on killing him, so.
Yeah, for sure. 25.
I'll roll an insight for him. This will be +7 as well. Not quite.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, he would have had disadvantage on that from his exhaustion, so he fails
Okay.
for sure.
Look, you know Johann Weckler, yes? You at least know him, right? You were in that
Oh,
whole...
little piece of shit from Three Brothers.
Yeah, I want to kill that guy.
Okay, go nuts, dude.
Right. Yes, I know. Anyone related to him, perhaps, in his little... who he reports to?
He mostly.
Could you give me some insight on that?
Pretty sure he mostly just reports up the chain to, I don't know, Frederick, perhaps.
No, it just goes down to Ulrich.
That's the closest big city. That's what I would assume.
Suppose
he'd
that
do.
makes sense. And also, I don't really know much about old Elfgar, is that right? Elfgar Blackmire?
Kristoff's son.
Yeah, what does he do?
He does some of the communication. He runs messages. He runs some of the stuff.
Oh, I thought that was Elfric.
They both do it.
Oh. Yeah, well. Alright. Were you that close with the High Priestess?
Not that
I
one.
mean, we know that you had the relations with both sides of...
Just make a persuasion check for me.
Alright.
I'll definitely be paying attention to the thoughts here.
Here.
Yeah, you get
Well, but that's a 10 automatically, so
Yeah.
22.
eloquence.
Eloquent.
You get a
Right.
Cinder. You get a tinge of jealousy. He seems like he's pretty close with her. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not obviously super thrilled about all that going on.
You're not the only one.
Oh. Please do go on.
She's put some stupid thoughts in his brain. Okay. Pretty sure she's the reason why this whole fucking war started in the first place. Not that I would know, because it doesn't really talk to me anymore. Just tells me what to do.
You think she's the one that started the whole thing with the ladder?
You sure?
With the bombing and all that?
Seems like her. She's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I suppose those priests were there. So I guess that would check out, yes.
Doesn't seem like him. Although who knows these days?
You don't think that he would go that hard?
That's a pretty bombastic thing to do.
Well, he's building giant robots right now. Yeah, suppose that could be her idea as well. I don't know. You think there's any way we could get into God's Hold?
It'd be tough. Probably all die, so you can give it a try.
So do you think there's a way? A tough way?
Probably not. I mean, anything's possible, but the way that Lattice has been acting up lately, who knows?
Hey, Matthew.
Mhm.
What? Like, I'm not sure if he has any symbols on him now, but like, was I aware of like what like god he followed?
Make a history check.
Nope.
Oh.
Hard to say. You do know that he was affiliated with the church a while ago, though.
Yeah.
I'm getting the sense that your whole deal is against Prixon so far, yeah? Or at least she's been a big cause of the strife for this entire war.
Pretty sure that's the case, yeah. Andreas is just real thirsty.
In your opinion, were we to get rid of Prixon and leave a large part of Zeltenbrock alone, do you think the war would stop?
I don't... Honestly, I don't really know. At this point. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I thought it was a bad idea to bring her over all those years ago. I don't know what that was about. He just kind of looks up at you, Celeste. I'm surprised you don't remember that. Maybe she didn't tell you.
Would it be something I would remember?
Make a history
is
check.
Okay.
No,
I'll give myself guidance in this one.
You have a vague recollection. This was maybe 20 years ago. This was when you were really starting to get into your research and the stuff that you were working on regarding the new church and the saints and the libraries and all that. You vaguely recall a time when Prixon, who was at the time just a bishop, went on a trip to Zeltenbrock and came back a short while later, and it was around that time when she came back that you guys started to drift apart a little bit.
And, I'm going to presume that, it's not uncommon for the bishops to go travel places,
No, it's not uncommon, yeah. Especially back then.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, to be frank, yes, I remember a little bit of it because she drifted apart after that, but the bishops traveled. That wasn't really an oddity.
Yeah.
there's-
I don't know what they were doing.
Did they go somewhere else?
Don't know. Didn't tell me.
do you know who initiated the meeting?
He did.
Andreas?
And then he got... After that, when she left, he got... It was a little bit after that he got real mad. Kinda stopped talking to me around that time.
Well, did you do something?
I don't think so. It just became really volatile. So that fucker,
What about-
fucker Nalor has something to do with it too.
Yes, I was just about to say. What about that man, huh?
I'll need to make another persuasion
Is it-
check.
Okay. $31.
I don't know what he's doing. Nobody even knows where he is. Some people say he's in Drexler. Some people say he's in Aster.
Isn't Aster his little...
That's where his fucking lair is, yeah.
Yeah.
Mira's there. That Dragonborn. Some of his best students. Creepy if you
I
ask
suppose
me.
you have anything information-wise can help us with that? That guy, huh?
I don't imagine why I would. Although maybe if you run into him, he'll kill you, so... Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think he's working on something big at Drexler, or at Aster, or both. Got something to do with the lattice. I'm pretty sure he's what caused all this. They say it might have something to do with the surge. I don't know. Someone's been picking off my spies.
Your spies in Aster,
All over.
in Drexler. Ah.
I had to get information somehow. He wasn't telling me things.
Do you know all that much about the Institute?
The what?
Could Can I
I will.
insight that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will check the.
There is a flicker of recognition, but no more than that. It's a word he's heard before in some context, but he doesn't know what it is.
I guess I'll just like look back at Cinder. Right. Not important, I suppose. Any idea what the dealings with Emperor Benzakir?
They're making deals of some kind. Weird worm things. Magic items. Sabas is mostly handling that stuff.
I just kind of turn from him and just walk next to Millicent. This guy is just really not useful. I'm sorry, but there's not really like things we can beat out of him.
I was like, well, what do you want to do then?
I don't know. I guess I just kill him and go home or something, you know.
I mean, also, would I be able to hear this, or is like
Yeah,
this on the
I'm
other
sure.
side of the room? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like. Do we?
Ben's like, what's
Maybe-
this? What's this guy's?
Maybe next time.
What's this guy's purpose? Like, what does he do? What's his point?
Hey, what do you even do? What have you been doing since Ola Andreas hates you so much?
Usually he just sends me things to do. It was before I was in charge of communicating with the church, but not so much lately. He just sends me on weird goose chases. Pretty
Like
sure
what?
he's just trying to waste my time.
Ah,
Well, what kind of goose chases are we talking about?
Make another persuasion check.
Can I, between the detect thoughts and
22.
maybe make an insight check, see like what he thinks of this situation and Rook? Like, is he?
He's... Yeah, you can make an insight check as well if you want, but you just get, like, he's tired. He's mad. He is also... There's just a kind of general disgust to him.
Okay.
You can probe deeper with detect thoughts too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like once I think, and then he knows when you do it, or maybe more than once. But he does know, and I'm afraid of shutting him up by doing
Mhm.
it.
also, Godric,
Mm.
in that time period, like after Perkson had that meeting, was there anything that you noticed on her end that I obviously did not?
Clearly she... I don't know, she just seemed touched. You familiar with... I suppose you were a pretty high-level caster in your time. The lattice madness? Grid sickness, whatever it is, when people cast extremely high-level magic on a conflux point, they get...
I'm assuming my character would
Yeah,
know
that is
about
something
that?
you're
Yeah.
familiar with.
Okay. I mean,
That's what it
I
seemed
guess-
like to me.
huh. Would thinking
Okay.
about it in retrospect would the
It
that
does.
check
It
out?
could explain something.
hmm.
Maybe that's why Sabas is such an ass.
Probably.
Or he's just an evil man. I don't know.
Have you seen what he wears?
Not yet.
Clothing. Probably.
I don't think I've
Probably
actually seen
evil
him.
clothes, yeah.
But probably evil clothes.
Maybe we throw him
If
in
I
the
were to
train.
wager on that.
There's not a lot of rhyme or reason to the... I mean, he told me to look in... He was telling me to look at monasteries. He told me to... It doesn't matter.
I mean, depending on what it is, it might.
I really don't know why I should tell you.
Because if we... Listen. From what I can gather, you feel pretty bleak in life right now.
Mm.
And if you have any goals at all, one of them seems to be off Prixon in some sort of way. And we'd be sort of aligned in that goal. So, if there's any relevant information, then we can help each other in that regard.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Yeah!
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
It seemed like he was looking for something or someone. And he really wanted me to check out. The last one was the Abbey of St. Lasgar. Seemed like it was pretty important to him, but I didn't fucking go, so I don't know.
Did you know what he was looking for, or
Nope.
could you piece something together based on the places he sent you?
He just really wanted it found.
And where did he send you in total?
I spent some time by Tarmaran. There was some business he had in God's Hold that had to do with some of their texts. He wanted me to... I was in Flat Run for a little bit. I don't... really...
What texts did he have you investigating?
It wasn't always texts. It was... He was just looking for... I think he was just looking for a person. Maybe it was you.
Can I insight this?
Yeah. He doesn't really seem to know what exactly he was doing in those places, and he feels very frustrated about having to have done that. If there is some significance to the places he went, he does not know what it was.
Maybe it was a genie or an Ifriti.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
But
That's literally what I thought.
I have my guesses as to what he was having you look for based on things that we're aware of and have looked for. But what I don't understand is how he can send you places without you knowing what you're looking for. What did you report back? How would you know if you were successful?
That's the part that I'm confused about. He just
Did
had
he just
me...
scry on you when you went
I'm
places?
pretty sure that's what he was doing.
He's
He's
enough of a micromanaging asshole that would be believable.
looking for something.
Well, Baldric, I have a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
One, do you hate Prixon? Is that
Hate's a pretty strong word, but yeah, close enough.
do you hate Andreas? Close enough.
I'm just confused by him.
Hmm.
We were very close once. I can't write him off completely.
Hmm. Well, then that negates my other questions. And I'll take out my knife.
He just doesn't seem to be resisting. He just kind of looks up at you and he's like, yeah, I figured. Once a Zelton, always a Zelton.
Well,
I-
one of you that wants to has to be here for this part.
Merrimack
I
just
do
like,
Oh, yes, Celeste, you have more questions perhaps.
I just have one. I mean, theoretically, if you were given a second chance, would you honestly take it and help us? Or would you just immediately fuck off and not care?
if I told you I'd help you, would you believe me?
Not after the second answer.
If I don't have any loyalty, then I'm not a man at all.
I will probe deeper now.
Mm.
Is that what's the save for that?
Probably fucking wisdom. Yeah.
But disadvantage, yeah. Hey, hey.
Hmm.
12.
Nice.
So how does that work? What's the specifics on that?
If it fails, I get insight to its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something that worries over, loves, or hates.
Okay. This is a fully broken man right here. He was once very close to Andreas. They were tight as brothers for a long time, many years. Much of the time in the war they spent near each other. He also is tangentially knew Isaac as well, and he was not a fan of him. Over the years, they have drifted apart, and he is confused about this, and he's angry about this. He fell out of the circle of trust, and he does not know why. He blames Prixon. Some of those fears are not fully rational, it seems. There's also a deeper part of this that he's really suppressing. There's another person involved in this that he is completely blocking out because he knows that you guys are probably doing some kind of magic like this. But there is another person looming large over this entire conversation that he is doing his level best to completely remove from the equation. So what you end up with is just a general nihilistic, defeated presence here. You do not get the feeling that he would help you. You do not get the feeling that he would necessarily go back to Andreas either. He would probably just try and fade away and maybe come back sometime and see if he could help Andreas. But for the foreseeable future, he, given his freedom, would likely just try and fuck off.
So, you know what I just did,
Yeah.
and you know that you failed. And you are now aware of a unique opportunity that you are presented with. Few people are warned of their proximity to their own mortality, as you are currently. And few people are given a chance to change it, as you might have, if you're very convincing. So why don't you tell us about that third person?
What
Make a-
third person?
Make a persuasion check.
Can I give him guidance on this?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do I get any, like, situational advantage or anything like that?
It'll affect the DC.
Okay, because...
Hey,
yeah, that -1's rough.
hey.
Mm.
I got
Well,
that.
The DC was not 7. You just see him just kind of look up at you. Have you ever made a promise?
I have.
And have you kept them?
Depended on the promise. Not all are worth dying for. Some are.
I disagree with the premise. If I do not have my word, then I literally have nothing left. I told a man that was once my brother that I would take something to my grave. And now I stand at its precipice.
I mean, if the third person is alive or someone you deeply care for, I mean, maybe it's just a promise, but
I cannot say any more than I already have. He just kind of holds his head up. I fought. I lost. Now I rest. Can you all say the same?
See what happens when we win or lose.
You will know no rest if you continue this path. You'll see to that.
Well, Millicent, we could always test how strong this determination of this is, if you want.
I mean, do we feel like
Well,
I feel like he's just kind of a sad
I have a
guy.
nice scepter as well. Maybe that'll help.
I mean, sure, but I also feel like he's just so. He's kind of sad. I don't know
He
if that would do
is.
anything.
He is a sad man. Not much is obvious. Dodrick, and I'll basically Jafar scepter him. Perhaps you can go into the next life with a little bit more ease, knowing that we're trying to help this entire sad world. If you could just give us a name, and I'll cast suggestion with the scepter.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's DC 21.
Oh.
You just kind of. Let me check the rules of that spell really quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
He just kind of looks up at you. Esther. He just kind of puts his head back down. Now kill me, you fucking coward.
Oh, that was the intention. I'll just... What?
You see him just like kind of put his hand to his throat as he's dying. He just kind of looks up at you.
Mm-hmm.
You are no man.
No, I never was.
But then he dies. Mary Mac's like, that wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be.
No,
Nope, it was depressing.
you didn't tell me. It was so sad.
Wolf walks back in. Oh, did I miss it? Shit.
Yeah.
Don't go in there.
Well, at least there's some information got.
Does that name mean anything to you guys?
It sounds a
Does it?
little familiar, but I had to go through my notes.
I'm literally like, looking through and I'm like, where did I put this?
I swear to God, this came up though.
Where?
It might.
Maybe? There's just so many names.
Yeah, Rook. From your conversation with the other Andreas, that was his wife, Isaac's sister.
That's not on my list. Wait a second. Esther. Alright, well, I don't know what to do with that.
Have you met that person?
No,
Are they still around?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
From Andreas's story, no.
No, right? Okay.
Oh, right.
She's dead.
Yeah, I mean, no.
When
Allegedly.
did, wait, when did she die? Like, when did she die? Like, how?
During the war.
Oh. During the war. Okay.
The first war, when the Blackmires
Yeah,
took over.
quite a bit ago.
And yet,
Yet.
And yet he tried to die protecting her involvement.
yeah, I'm gonna go take a walk and figure out how I feel about all this. See you guys later.
Also, I really
Yeah.
need to use restrooms. So I
Yeah.
actually need to help.
That's fine. We'll take a break there.
Who is that took the walk?
Ben and Mary Mac goes with him.
Yeah, that checks.
All right. While you guys figure that out and maybe read your notes from whatever session that
20
was.
sessions ago.
Yeah. We'll take a break. See you in a moment. Welcome back. So you guys are there with Wolf and Zago. In the cell with a corpse. Bless you.
Oh yes, do we want to take a look at that other guy? Just see if he's
Hi, we're
my
here.
art.
Might as well.
Might
Just
as
take a little
well.
peek.
Be my guest.
It's not okay, but never mind. Is it closer to the stench?
No, it's the other side.
Oh,
That's not on the side where Wolf pooped.
Right. Thank you for your courtesy.
Yeah, I figured you might want to go talk to him, so, did you that
Thanks.
favor.
yeah. Oh, wait a second. I have important business to do here. I need to
Ah.
cross one off my list here.
Official. It's official.
It's a little down on the list, so
I just imagine in like World you just have
There
this
we go.
scroll that like drops down to the floor.
Yeah.
Like a cartoon.
yeah. There's one down.
Wow.
It's a very, very big list, but
So it is. That's a lot of people on there, man.
yeah, well,
Turns out it's not actually that many people. The list is just really long because he was still learning how to write when he made it.
yeah, it's just really big
It's
letters.
just like
Big,
10,
like, scribbly
10 different
names.
attempts at spelling Andreas.
Yeah.
Andres,
Andrew.
and Andy.
You guys go over to the other cell. It looks much like this one. There is a figure hunched over. He seems to be just like kneeling in front of the chair in the corner with his elbows up on it. Swarthy, dark skin, just long, scraggly hair in knots. There's like bits of detritus, like hay and other things. Just wearing rags. The whole walls of this thing just have completely inscrutable scrawlings on them.
Mm.
Hello there.
Just kind of looks over at you. This does resemble a rather insane version of Bezad Zand.
Aha.
Oh shit.
Watchers.
Hello, Zand. How you doing?
New watchers. They are always coming.
What?
They are coming in the night. They are coming in the day. They are watching.
Also, I forgot about this. That maybe
Watchers?
Oops.
You have eyes. They are coming around. You cannot see, but they are here. They are always here. Watching, ever watching. Closer, but distant. Fingers. More fingers. Is your thumb a finger?
All right, I'm ready to go.
Are we willing to sacrifice resources to make this less annoying?
I mean, I could also try to do it like Vine of Fetch, see what happens with that. Hey, make this man not crazy.
I was just gonna hit him with a greater restoration because that gets rid of madnesses.
Somebody
I-
tried that and they said it was not working. This is
Yeah, you can
something
ask God.
special.
I could
Hey,
try
God.
asking God.
You come from the basin. It is far,
Yes.
long
I do.
distance. What is? How does a forest have a basin?
It's a
Damn.
basin with a forest in it.
Confused by this. It doesn't make any sense. Four fingers. This is important. I do not know how.
What, the fingers?
Four. It is always four.
What is?
I think this is yours, and I'm gonna take out his journal. Does this look familiar to you?
He just kind of runs over to the cell and just puts his arms out.
All right, relax.
My book. You are having it. How are you having my book? Where did you
I
find
found it floating in the ocean.
That's where they found me. I did the backstroke. You can't get
How-
me. I'm swimming backwards. Always farther
How did you
away.
make it down safely?
Feather fall.
Yeah, but safely.
Slow.
Oh.
I am
Ah.
scrolling. Scribbling. Feather fall.
Yeah.
You are needing spell scrolls that cost money, yes? So it's not material. I scribble.
So do we want me to try?
Yeah,
Four
do you
of
think
you.
God can fix it.
Four of you.
Oh yeah, I suppose there are kind of four.
Just kind
Is
of
Andreas one of them?
goes back to the wall.
No?
Okay. Well,
Maybe Sabbath? Leviathans?
Yes, it is them. Library.
Yeah.
oh.
4 libraries, 4 leviathans.
Do not talk of the genies. Such an Nazi. They are in my head. Breeze. Breeze is in my head.
Did you
Breeze?
find him?
Breeze? Oh, he found me.
Oh.
You do not find him. He is always finding you. He found me today! Sorry, too loud.
Is there anything like that could pinpoint something magical going on with this man, or is he just straight up crazy right now?
Make an Arcana check if you would.
I
I
would
think
love
it's
to.
crazy.
What do you got against Genasi's, man? Jeez.
Why do I always roll ass on this?
There's definitely something going on. You
Guidance, would that make a difference?
Uh,
If you hit the 15?
Millicent, make a history check.
Negative,
Okay.
Ghost Rider.
I sure will. I will sure try. Yeah, sounds about right.
You've heard something somewhere about something like this, but you don't know. You can't really remember where or what.
I was like, Probably should have listened to Mom.
He just turns away from you guys and just like starts peeing into the bucket all the way across the room.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
He's really good at that.
Practiced. He's
I mean-
spent a lot of his life in prisons.
Yes!
Yeah.
He has my
let's,
book.
let's,
You magnificent bastard. You
let's
read
try
my book.
this. Oh, great goddess.
Hey Dan, hold still. God might touch you for a second.
Don't say that. Don't. Oh, okay. If you have the energy to spare, please spare this man of his madness. Let's. Nope.
He just rushes up to you at the bars again, just kind of pushes his face in between two of them.
No luck, bud. She's trapped in the grid line.
Your hair's the wrong color.
It is, but it's growing back out.
Yeah,
Why do you know that?
because it's growing back out the other way.
Oh.
I see things. Into the lines.
Into that. Wait, is
Tunnels.
this another?
Paths. I was in that place. Breeze. No. What was it talking about?
Is this grid sickness?
You were perhaps in the ladders?
No, but I was close. And for a very long time, staring at it. It was blinding. Red,
Panacea.
yellow, blue, orange. No. I do not know what this place is. What is Panacea? I have heard of this. Yeah.
Big place in the middle. I don't know.
Yes. The fire. It's the Institute. You are saying this word in the other room, yes?
Oh yeah, the Institute. Building leads to an alternate timeline.
Panacea, yes? Something like this, yes? Loud, thunderous beast.
I've never been there.
I don't think I have either. Maybe I have.
Maybe.
Who are you? How many toes do you have?
How many what?
Toes. They're like fingers for your feet.
Oh, you.
I have 9.
Alright,
I lost one in the war. It wasn't a war.
I got
It was a rat. But it was a big rat.
So you are in our space.
Uh-huh.
Like another.
pretty sure we
back
all
away.
got the normal 10, buddy. We're gonna be. Maybe we'll visit you later.
Wait.
You know? What?
This is important.
Yeah.
It starts to smell very bad in there.
No.
Ah, he's a pooper. Yep. Mm-mm.
Oh man. Both sides of the jail. Alright, let's go.
Firing on all cylinders. Zago, you might want to.
I'll just set his book like on the bars.
He just kind of. Pages missing. Where are the pages? Leaves. Wow. Just kind of takes out some of the pressed flowers that you have in there. He just starts placing them on like across all the bars.
I sure don't want those because you might like eat them or something.
No. 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 Get out. Can't see.
Alright. Let's
Stop
give
talking
this
to
man
me.
his space.
Yep. Adios.
Yeah, he's been like that the whole time.
I mean,
Wow.
Don't really know how he survived, to be honest.
What did we know about that other library? I'm looking at.
Was that
not
the...
much.
I was trying to find. I know I wrote info on this, but
Wasn't there a library up near St. Lasgar? I have to go back
There is.
deep into my notes, but
There was
Wasn't that the Afridi library though?
no, that was the. I'm pretty sure it was the genie. I'm pretty sure the Afridi was in the desert somewhere.
Hot! You just hear echoing from down the hallway. Too hot! Can't get close. Too hot. And then he just kind of falls down. He just kind of finishes putting all the flowers out and just lays down and puts the book over his face.
Maybe the Afridi is in that volcano.
I remember us talking to your father about it, but I don't think I wrote it down.
I thought I did, and I just can't find it. There's just so many notes. I was
I'm
trying-
fairly certain the
I think it
genie
is.
was in. I mean, because Ben's grandpa was, you know, a warlock or whatever, right? No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Pretty sure. Yeah, the air one was in the ladder.
Yeah.
The water one was where? That was the one that lets you get up and down to the depths.
Yeah, wasn't that?
And I guess that must be
Wasn't
Zelzan
that hell? Oh,
for continents, right?
I don't think there was one in Zellenbrock.
Goshold?
Wasn't it by Hell's Eye or something like that?
So the waterfall was
Oh, the waterfall was by
by Urlash. Yeah.
Yeah,
The library wasn't necessarily there though. You don't. I don't think know where
we don't know what
that
that
one
one
is.
is.
I don't remember what they all had either. Gaius was knowledge, the Afridi was wealth,
Well,
Oh, was it well? Yeah, it was just had
magical
like
things, and
magical things.
gold and shit like that.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you do know where it is. I think.
I thought we knew that. I thought we asked him that. That's why.
I thought so too, but my notes are not helping me.
I think you
know,
know where the Merid library is. Let me do a search on Legend Keeper to see if any of you have it in your
Turtle
notes.
Town.
That's
Can
correct.
you search Legend
Yes,
Keeper?
That's
Turtle Town.
right, Turtle Town.
I think you can search Legend Keeper, can't you?
Maybe.
Maybe not. Yeah, there's a search down there at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, Turtle Town. Maybe Saint Enwinel portal guy said something about that too, but
Yes.
and maybe also just Tor said something about it.
Under Cinder's notes for session 30, Lore Daddy.
Yeah. Wow.
but,
Guess what we were doing in that session?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
have
I mean, you're
fantasy.
not wrong, but
I have fantasy Costco where all the lore is new.
Tor, Cradle, Turtles, Merid, Ginny is with them. Weird dude would help us if we could convince
oh
him.
yeah, I
It
do
would
have
be
that.
amusing. Easy enough. His library holds pre-ascension information. Mostly
Yeah,
mundane,
that's
but
a part of
old.
divinity stuff.
Afridi was magical wealth,
But he's
but he's a
very
dick.
cruel. Yeah, he's a horrible guy. We're like,
Yeah, we basically don't really want to go to that one.
First temple guarded by the Jinn, pre-ascension holy place that powers the bee. Last warlock of that was Byron Tarstead. So that's probably the last girl one.
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Wow, I have to click through so much less now that I realize that search function actually fucking works. I thought it just I thought you could just search pages. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
just want to know about the Southern
Yeah.
page. No, it searches inside the
Yes.
pages as well. That's helpful.
Not an ad, but Legend Keeper. Very cool.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Considering we've been doing this for how fucking long?
Yeah.
Almost 2 years.
Hey guys, want to go talk to my dad about Esther?
Yeah, I do, and
Is he going to be okay about that?
we don't have a choice. It's gonna help us figure out this whole war situation. It's gotta lead us to something.
I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to him about it, but I want to watch you talk to him about
Yeah,
it. Maybe
yeah,
throw a
you
question
gotta
or
ask
two in
him.
there.
It's evidently important. He can say as much or as little as he wants to.
Hopefully, more the former.
Yeah.
After you,
Yep. I'll start
your dad.
searching for my dad.
Woogie woogie woogie. You you find him, he's like sitting, there's like a little table that it seems Gatsby has set up for like tea. And he's just there with Ophelia. They're just kind of talking. They see you come over. So
Aye. A certain name came up that I feel that I should talk to you about and ask you about.
Oh boy.
We could either do this here, or maybe you and I go for a walk.
Or take a drink?
Take
Several,
a
maybe?
drink.
I
It's about Esther.
and Ophelia just kind of thought she was dead.
Apparently it's relevant.
She can.
Okay.
She knows.
Slide into the table. Right. So, Goldrick was really holding on, perhaps some involvement that Esther had in some stuff.
How could she?
Well, I don't know.
She died
That's what I'm here
almost
about.
50 years ago.
Are you sure?
Well, Andrea said he saw it happen. This was during the war. This would have been maybe, yeah, probably about 40 years ago. But I mean, he said that he woke up to find her bloodied and riddled with bullets. I was at the burial. I was one of the only 2 people there.
But did you, like, see her?
No,
Open coffin. Open casket.
but he wouldn't
Don't
have
say
lied to
that.
me about that. There are a lot of things now that I don't know for certain, but I believe fully that she was dead, or at least he knew her to be dead. He would
He's
not
also
have raised his son without his mother, for no reason.
Maybe a long time after he brought her back.
Maybe.
He made good friends with a very powerful cleric.
Oh. Perhaps a certain visit 20 years back. With high-level magic.
Hmm. And that's why my priestess is cuckoo. Cause that's a lot of.
It sounds like your talk with Dodrick was rather lucrative.
Concerning.
Mainly because he has beef with Prixon, which seemed not that surprised.
You can get in line.
Yeah. Nod, I also wanted to talk to you about Simon.
Yeah.
How did he turn out?
Not the way his mother would have wanted. He was
So, more like Andreas?
more like me. He was right. He was gifted. I asked Andreas to put me in the factory so I could keep an eye on him, so he would have some family close, even if he didn't know. He was ambitious. He was never cruel the way the others could be, but as time went on, as things got worse, Andreas couldn't bear to look at him. It just reminded him too much of her. And Simon never knew why. He just could sense his father was growing distant. He never knew who his mother was. You know how it is to grow up without parents.
Yeah.
He grew cold. When I left, there was still a spark of the boy that he was, but just a spark. I don't know how the last 25 years have treated him.
Well, I suppose we'll see once we get over there eventually.
I will leave that to you. But if you sense any reason to demonstrate some mercy, he is blood.
Yeah.
When she went, it seemed she took Andreas's heart with her. The version of him that continued on our side seemed to have somewhat recovered that. But he was never the same. But he seemed at peace from the time that we worked together. But something changed for this one. Maybe it is as you say. If it's true that he found a way to bring her back, she would not have liked what she saw. She would never have wanted him to have done the things that he did to people like you, to me, to their son. That may have been too hard a pill for her to swallow.
Could explain why he was so angry after his meeting with Prixon 20 years ago or so.
That's
But
true.
Why still work together after all that?
Well, it's not her fault.
That's true.
Andreas initiated that meeting. I'm curious as to why he knew Prixon would be on board with what he wanted. Unless he already had an idea that Prixon was looking into forbidden knowledge as it stands.
What do you remember from that time? You were close.
not much. I vaguely remember the trip that Dodrick had mentioned, that Vixen had gone to, Sultan Rock, but that wasn't unordinary at the time. The bishops in that time period did travel and go to other places. It'd be rather routine, honestly, for them to just be out of country at some point. So I didn't really think much of it. When we drifted apart, I presumed that it was just from work. I was focusing on my research of the saints. She was Bishop of Knowledge and Magic, I believe, the actual position name. But you know, that general idea.
Did she approve of your research?
If I remember right, she thought that I needed to have a stricter hand on those that follow the powers that be and discount them more. I disregarded her in that regard because I wanted to know more, and silencing the people that follow them did not really answer those questions.
That can be difficult.
Yeah. At the time, I was not, you know, I kind of just sat on a tightrope. I should have done more for them in that time period. But I did not want them punished for following just a different set of beliefs.
Perhaps she
And that
felt
displeased.
discarded.
Mayhaps.
Generally speaking, from what I hear from Celerio, people, he tries to avoid using the high-level magic up here.
And we do know that she got magic from pre-ascension. And that was the magic that was used to rid me of my powers.
The version that I know that is friends with
Sane.
my daughter-in-law is not like that.
Oh no, I'm aware. In fact, the fact that she was sane only led me to question, like, how did this one happen? We now know about the whole where that ritual came from, or at least some of it. But where that started and where she got that information from, I don't know.
There's only one place.
Go to the library then.
I don't know. I imagine after she cast that on you, she probably went extra crazy.
Yeah, again, another very high level.
Mm-hmm.
I have to think Panacea is somehow involved.
I mean,
I'm sure, but doesn't seem like the best place to ever go.
No.
it's kind of the boogeyman of everything. We're aware of it, but going to it is
A bad
seeking out more
idea.
knowledge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we're aware of some things now because we made an acquaintance of Saint Baranon, of all people.
That's
But
right.
he has his own things going on, so the questions we were able to answer are rather sparse.
Somebody's exhaling very loudly.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. It's like a wind tunnel. Yeah, I don't... If this version of events that we have cobbled together has any semblance of truth to it, you need to find her if she still lives.
Well, I can't imagine we could just scry on her.
No, she will have precautions against that.
Yeah. So,
Sending?
Similarly, probably won't work.
suppose we'll just look around and we go to Fairburg.
I could try legend luring her.
Yeah, I was about to say you could do it or I could try.
Aelith just pops out. It could be worth a shot.
We'll probably get a lot of what we just talked about because it gives the lore of a person, but it does have a chance of getting something secret that's not widely known.
Did you get
Need to wait
anything?
till tomorrow because I used the crystal ball for the mind reading.
Did you get anything else out of him?
Just seemed like a sad little man.
Sad, strange little man.
Sad, angry man.
I know a few of those.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Then he is sad no more.
Yep.
Oh, I guess the one other thing is that he believes that Prixon was the one to throw ideas in Andreas's head.
Hmm.
How accurate that is debatable, but it is interesting to see Prixon actually having a hand in orchestrating some of this. I mean, aside from obviously the current events that we're aware of.
He is usually not so easily manipulable, but
Yeah, I'm not sure
Maybe-
about all that.
he would have
Maybe
had
there's some. Sorry.
his own reason for doing what he did.
Or maybe if it did work, it was a favor for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone
Maybe, hey,
resurrected.
bring my wife back, I'll attack a whole nation.
20 years later?
Yeah, I mean, a
Oh,
war
yeah.
takes a while to plan.
Maybe not 20 years, though.
No.
Why would
I
he
mean-
want to kill the Tostax? They didn't
Yeah.
really pose a threat to him. He
No.
wasn't really concerned about religion.
I mean, one thing that could be a possibility is what we know with him and how he's tied to the grid lines. Prixon could have put something in his ear about, hey, if we don't do this and get rid of the, like, if she believed that the powers that be were a countering force that, for whatever reason, diminished what the old gods were doing, then he might have a reason to want to get rid of that.
Do you think he knows about the grid lines
Probably.
being what they are?
I would hope that if Prixon got the knowledge that she has, she would be able to piece that together, but I can't say for sure. Because basically saying that the gods are dead and we need to do this to make sure life continues is a pretty strong argument if she did have that information.
Which could explain how they knew about the surge before it happened.
It's true.
Something is still missing here.
Yes.
It is. Yeah. I mean, we could try doing the legend lore, on Esther to start with, and I can try to prepare it tomorrow or something.
We could do that start, but we might just not have all the pieces yet.
No.
I mean, I'm sure we don't have all the pieces yet, but I'm sure we just need to go to Zettenbrock sometime to find that out.
I am curious if I try to commune later. if greater restoration can cure grid sickness, or if that's too much for it to get rid of.
I'll just
If-
go do a greater restoration on old
Person and-
person.
Yeah. It probably wouldn't work, and she probably would
Oh,
let me
no,
get,
not that.
5 feet within her, but, an idea.
I might have to ask God again on that one.
Cillian, can you please stop making, or, have Prixon not be crazy? I appreciate it. Thanks, bye.
Right, well, we had our little meeting, kind of. I mean, basically had it, right? We did the whole thing with Doldrick. Now what? You know where I want to go.
I'm curious about these. I'm curious about a lot of things.
Do you think the eye would have more information about some of the now more specific questions that we have, or would you think that he's gonna hold on to it because he doesn't spilled too much.
I'm sure he won't want to spill too much.
Yeah, okay.
I would be happy to try, though.
Yeah, I'm sure he might give us a little bit, but he won't give us too much.
It is kind of knowing, or actually, do we know that now, out of character, that to the eye used to be?
I think Baranon mentioned it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
but-
Yeah, he
I
did.
didn't want to
Very
like
nice.
accidentally metagame
Yeah.
that. As,
That's
like,
why.
No, he did-
That's why he mentioned it.
Okay, yeah.
Because we asked him about the.
We could
Cool.
swing down to the islands and Shaviric in general and do that stuff
Mm-hmm.
before we hit Zeltenbrock, I suppose.
What was?
Or we could go through some of Zeltenbrock, let the forces kind of come in and occupy the place while we go to Shaviric after that.
What is your plan for getting to Zeltenbrock?
I figured we just go over the mountains by Forsberg.
Just hoof it.
I've heard that it's not a super safe area.
Flying frisbee it, more likely.
Yeah.
If that works.
If it would work, yeah.
Or
Turlet.
oh, well, yeah, there's the turlet as well. But that would be going towards a Blackmire.
Mm.
Is in Zindan. In fact, that'd be going after 2 Blackmires.
Hey, you could do 2 birds, 1 stone here, or maybe a few stones. You know a way to get places that's kind of under the
Yeah.
radar.
That's what I was thinking as well, because we could go talk to the eye, we could go get my guitar. We could
Or look at the other library.
go look at another library.
Oh,
We
that's
could go
in
kill a
Taiwan.
big old worm.
Uh-oh.
Get ourselves into...
And climb in the
Totally.
mouth.
Kill the worm, get the ring.
Yeah.
I am not going to dictate where we go next because we just finished the Cinder adventure. And I know Rook has been waiting to go to Seltenbrock for a very long time.
I've been waiting so long.
However, it does seem like a lot of goals could potentially align back in Shavir.
There's a lot of stuff in Shaviric.
But we are also...
But at the end of the Shaviric stuff, we would go to Zeltenbrock. Yes?
Not to try and put you in the complete opposite direction, but
Yes.
you
But-
mentioned the library.
Oh yeah, just pop on up north while we're here.
That's true.
St. Lasgar.
Good try.
You can see
It
what.
is known to be treacherous, but
Oh, whatever. Yeah, we could make a quick pit stop to see the genie, right?
A quick pip stop. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also interested in seeing if there's anything to learn about this side's Bezod by doing that.
Mm.
Because if the mind of the other side Bezod is in there somewhere, he was really fucking helpful and really sharp.
Mhm.
And this guy figured out how to survive the prisons that nobody else can and get out. And yeah, it cost him his mind, but if we could get that back, he could be someone
That-
very helpful to the cause.
That would
Oh,
be good.
And he doesn't like genies, so maybe. I'm trying to figure out where I could find
what
that.
is this the fellow that was in Almana?
Mm-hmm.
Or
No.
rather, Mintak?
He was in Mintak and
Yeah,
escaped.
Mintak.
That
Mhm.
would explain what. Well, he wouldn't like Genasi. Mintak is overseen by a Genasi.
Oh.
From Air
Is it
Genasi.
Breeze by any chance?
Yes.
That-
Ooh.
That.
He
Okay.
is a brutal taskmaster from all accounts. Breeze has a
Mm.
gas him. He is a fan
Hmm.
of torture.
Ah.
Hmm.
I believe he is the child of the genie and the Ifriti.
That
Ah.
makes a
Wow.
lot of sense.
Horrible.
then.
Both, like, the two library keepers?
Yeah,
Yikes.
Wow. Maybe we don't want to talk to this genie.
What was this a genie of? Old gods?
Well, alright,
The
like literally looked
library.
at it.
Yeah, this library. Oh, holy place of the powers that be.
Hmm.
Do we have questions about that?
I mean,
Nope, I don't. I'd honestly just like to see him, maybe. But I'd
I-
also
I-
like to do a lot of other things.
I do think it is a she.
She.
I think the
bad.
Ifriti is a he. Because otherwise, it would get a little dodgy with how they had a child.
Yes, that's
I mean,
true.
I suppose anything's possible. I don't really know how genies work.
Neither do I.
You could tell me they make them out of clay and it would be believable considering.
All right.
I'm
First
up.
option, go see a genie. Second option, do like 20 things in the fucking islands. Third option, go over some treacherous mountains on foot, probably in Zeltenbrock.
Oh, but you sell it so well.
Fourth option, Turlet.
Fourth option, Turlet.
Don't say that aloud.
Turlet, but we'd be going after a Blackmire, so.
Well, that could just be your inroad.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, come from the Turlet side.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
Yeah.
No. Disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
No one chose to spend time with him.
Yeah.
We could probably.
I'm sorry,
Get
he's
a
my
lot.
child. You never had a chance.
We could probably get a lot done if we went to the islands and Shavirik.
We'd be getting a guitar out of it. It'd be great.
Yeah, I'll get my guitar.
Don't sound so depressed about it.
I don't know.
I'll get my guitar, but I won't be happy about it.
Especially because you'll have to choose which other relic to unattune from.
Exactly.
An
I'm never
embarrassment
gonna
of riches.
unattune from my chain.
So you're option
Probably the scepter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep the gun.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Andreas has the gun. I have to keep it now. I gotta shoot him with it later.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Seems right.
Well, Millicent, do you have any preference? Do you want to see a genie? Do you want to?
I mean, I would be interested to see a genie, but I think they're technically my relatives, so
That's true.
Is that true?
No,
I mean,
te-
they're my dad's
technically,
relatives. Yeah, I mean,
Is that like your aunt or something?
probably.
technically, I think if you go up the tree enough, Celeste is the only one that isn't related to the three of you somehow.
In which case, that'd be weird.
That's true.
Other than the fact that her other version is my daughter-in-law, so
Apparently, I'm cursed in that regard. At least we have different names. At least the timeline's worked out in that regard.
I think Celerio is very grateful for that. And your hair
Oh,
is
I'm
different.
sure. Yeah.
Yes, me too. Celeste, Well, where would you like to go?
I think that going to the eye and collecting more relics would just be a general boon. I will say it's a little self-serving because I want to know more about the
It's also
different relics.
not impossible that there are some up where the genie is too. But
There's that. And also, when we started adventuring together, I wanted to look into the library. So, hey, if we look at the library, that's still a get win for me.
Would we like to seek out the Afriti?
Hmm.
We're gonna be in the area.
At some point, it feels like our paths will cross. So,
I mean, I could always just ask Dad what to be careful of.
I mean, maybe he's in the volcano.
Yeah. I mean, I could
And
just
it's
ask
right
Dad.
there next to my guitar, if so.
That's true. It might be in the same area.
Yeah. Oh no. Do you think maybe he has my guitar?
He does have a lot of magic stuff.
That would really suck.
my understanding of it is,
But no.
I believe Celerio has told me that some of the things that get, if you get arrested and taken to Mintak, Breeze takes all of your items and does something with them. Or if he is the child of the Afriti.
Ah. Well, maybe we just start with the eye. How about that? Start with the eye. Let me remember which island that is.
I believe it's Island 12.
Yes.
if we're going to start with anything, shouldn't we start with the close one?
Yeah, should we go to St. Lascar or something?
Probably.
Do we want to do that first?
We might as well, since we're here, I feel like it's out of the way of everything else after that, so.
Oh, we're here anyways.
And I mean, we could ask about Byron, since that was his. I mean, any connections there? I mean, Byron's kind of a shady guy, right? I mean, he had some kind of secrets. Maybe either really.
Did we ever decode his bullshit?
I thought someone was working on that.
I believe you left it with... Did you leave it with Balvar, or did you have it?
I think we left it with 13.
Yeah, and
3?
13 in Balvar.
13. 3 is his. 13.
4
Yeah.
I don't know who 3 is.
3 is no one.
Not yet.
Because maybe we can get. I don't know how much answers we'll get, but I mean, maybe we'll get something. I don't know.
What did Byron have?
Oh.
An encrypted note.
He had some encrypted journal about mainly about the Institute.
Where did he get that?
And I think he made it.
Do
That's
you
what we're
think
trying to-
Andreas knew about that?
Probably why he was bombed, so yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, well, sure. Alright. Genie. And then the eye, if we feel like we need more answers after that or something.
Maybe that'll help like guide our questions. Maybe we get.
Yeah. And then my guitar, number 3. And then a worm?
Yeah.
Which we could
Do we-
trade for a ring, which might be helpful for your Seltenbrock getting
Oh,
places.
yeah.
That's
And
a
then we-
way.
Yeah, then we don't even need to use the lattice.
Yes.
Ever.
Unless we want to go talk to the Merit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then we can talk to all the genies.
Yeah, that's true. We could also use the lattice to get into Fabric eventually.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if we want to go there yet.
And Aster. But yes, yeah, those are much farther down the line. Well, Genie first. Let's just one step.
Well,
Hopper?
I believe your hopper is here somewhere.
That is true.
We can try the frisbee, but I think the hopper was better.
Do you think Jensung will take us? Just
You
like
ask-
the old days?
If you ask very nicely.
I will. Let's go find Jensung. And Roger.
The two of them are like playing ping pong. You know?
Nice.
Captain!
Oh, hey! It's actually Admiral now, but I mean, it's
Sorry,
fine.
Admiral. I was just used to it so
Yeah,
much. From
no,
before.
that's fine.
Admiral!
Yeah.
We would like to request some passage to St. Lasgar.
Well, I think your hopper is parked over somewhere.
Oh,
You can,
do you want to come with us?
I mean,
Are you kind of done with that kind of thing?
I just kind of have a lot of stuff. I just kind of looks at a ping pong paddle. I mean, I'm really busy with like war and stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't
What
it?
you, Roger?
Where?
It's straight north from us. It's
Isn't
in the ladder still.
isn't it really icy up there?
Yeah.
Yep.
A
We're
little
going
bit,
to
yeah.
talk to Genie.
That's intriguing.
But I know you have war stuff. going
Yeah,
on.
you know,
Probably couldn't fit it. You could probably couldn't squeeze in a
I do
genie
have a lot of
meeting.
war things. I think I'll talk to Ben.
Okay.
Kind of goes off.
Yeah,
Roger's
it's
just still
okay.
standing there.
How's music practice?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're composing a lot of new songs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Got this one about a caterpillar.
Yeah.
It's
Is
called
it hungry?
it's called Ugly Jacob.
Does it relate to Zeltenbrock at all this time?
It's a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
For Hayden Zolderblok?
The caterpillar is Zeltenbrock.
Is that why he's ugly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay.
Something tells me this song doesn't go well for Jacob.
Well, he
That's
goes in a
deep,
cocoon
dude.
and then he comes out and he's even uglier. Turns out he was a moth.
That's deep.
Some mods can be. Never mind.
It's pretty good, Roger. I gotta hear it sometimes.
Comes out, he's all dusty. You know how moths are.
Yeah, super.
What's the metaphor for that?
That's like the
Andreas
church.
is a dust.
It's like religion is the dust.
I thought you were going to say Andreas is a dusty bitch, but yeah.
That's good.
Oh, that's a
I gotta
good
write
one,
that
yeah.
down.
Oh man.
You should go into songwriting, Celeste.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got the
You should-
gift.
Oh,
You
man.
should hire
Unless
her.
we gotta compose something. Sometime.
Oh no.
She can be like your songwriter.
Yeah,
I can. I certainly suffer, so you know there's something in that. Anyways, great. I'm glad. I can't wait to hear your song.
What'd you say that was called? Ugly Jacob?
I'm thinking the Ballad of Ugly Jacob.
Alright.
Wow.
I'll put that down in my list of songs.
I'm sure in the future people will try to.
I can't think of
Analyze
anything
your
that rhymes
lyrics.
with fuck stain.
Muck brain.
Whoa.
See?
She is
She's-
good.
Yeah.
The bar is so low, I'm limboing in hell.
You gotta be careful. I hear it's warm down there.
Oh man, it sure is.
See, Jensung and Ben
Man, where's Jensen?
and Mary Mac show up. It's like, all right, guys, what's the plan?
Hey, we're gonna go talk to a genie.
There's always something with you people.
Listen, that's how we get things done in
that-
a very
isn't that-
convoluted way.
That's
point,
why
isn't
I
that
hired
keep
you.
us around?
Yeah.
Why you keep
That's-
us around anyway? So
What are you gonna talk to a genie about?
Ben's grandpa.
My grandpa?
Your grandpa.
Hello, it's me, Ben.
Hi. I forgot. Yeah.
Been a long day. Huh?
Yeah.
Several in a row.
It's 11 a.m. What? What
Yeah,
about my grandpa?
The genie we think is in Lasgar, and pretty sure your grandfather was the last warlock of him. Her.
Huh?
Her.
In fact, I'm like 100% sure.
That's really sure.
Yeah.
Hoping that they can maybe shed some light on the journal that your grandfather had.
Right.
Some of the other knowledge.
Did anybody bring any information about deciphering that to you by chance? While we were on the other side of the.
Well, now that you mention
Online.
it, there was some stuff about the library in there, so
Oh?
it seemed to indicate some pre and mid ascension historical documents about the new church, some of the saints and the powers.
You think it's about that play?
It could be about the play.
Certainly ask about it.
There's a play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the Fey realm.
The
Fey
favorite.
Lots of weird
Wilds.
stuff.
First
you
time
know.
seeing a live performance.
You had to be there.
I'm glad I
wish we were
wasn't.
Listen, it's chaotic, but it is funny at some points, and this was one of the funny points.
Ah. Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go hit St. Lasgar, talk to a genie, then we're thinking maybe go down, ask some questions to the eye.
I mean, if you're gonna go to St. Lasgar, I could go with, because I have some business I wanted to see
Oh.
too at the monastery up there, the abbey,
Well, great.
where the open hand monks train. They have some texts as well.
Wasn't that what Dodger was looking for? Or it's all the monasteries, right?
And libraries, yeah.
And libraries.
They have a library. I mean, like a library, but not quite as.
Yeah,
That
maybe that was one of the
library? That library
places.
too?
Oh, great! We'll make a trip out of it.
Yeah.
Yay!
I'll come too.
Wait, Mary Mac, are you coming?
Yeah,
with
fuck
us?
it.
Hey!
Somebody's gotta watch over this one.
So it seems like you two are kind of a package deal since we've been back.
Don't read too much into it.
I
You guys have like
Look
war
like-
stuff to do.
Jensen's like,
I-
I'm reading into it.
I wasn't until you said that, but all right.
I've been reading into it for weeks.
Listen, once it starts, I can't stop.
Roger just like puts his hand on your shoulder.
Thank you.
We have to suffer for our art.
That's where the angst comes from.
Jensung's like, what you do isn't art. Yet. Roger's like, it's a good thing I can't cry. Anyway, I'll go to the hopper now.
Alright.
Sure.
Wait, where's?
Jensen, are you coming with, or do you?
Yeah,
are you keeping
I'll
your
fly us. Why not?
Wow, you can squeeze us in. Your
Yeah, I
schedule?
can pencil you guys in. It'll be like old times.
Now that you're
Wow.
back.
Yeah,
Thanks, Admiral.
my boss is going. So
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that, like, there's supplies or provisions or anything like that? by chance before you leave?
Oh yeah, we got tons.
Okay.
Ben has like walked 20 feet off. He's like, oh yeah, I should probably find my dad too. Just go tell him where we're going.
Also, we're on this side again, and we have money for the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm. You should.
It's
Oh,
true.
where are we gonna go to buy stuff, huh? Not Glasswood.
Shaveric.
Yeah, Tarmaran.
All right, add it to the list. All right.
You wanted an answer. We gave you an
You
answer.
can get some
All
more
right.
bumblefucks.
Bumblefuck.
Oh man, get some bumblefucks.
We have 11,000 gold.
You can afford some things.
So many bumblefucks.
Some things.
Oh my god, I can get so many potatoes with this.
So much meat.
Oh, I talked to a genie, talk to the eye, go shopping.
Find a
Get my
guitar. Kill a worm.
Kill a worm, find an Afridi.
Infiltrate the city.
While we're, order of operations and all that, if we're gonna go to Tarmaran to buy things, we should kill the worm first, so that we can bring the gizzard to the guy with the ring, who is in Tarmaran.
Okay, kill the worm.
Avad comes over. Alright, you guys going up to St. Lasgar?
Yeah.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Oh, you're not coming with?
Too fucking cold up there.
Yeah.
Plus, I get really
that's
awkward being around these two.
Right?
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Ben just like, I'm going this way.
Man, guys, remember back in the day when we were like trying to set Ben up with someone? See, it worked.
Yeah,
This-
we did it with Mary Mac.
This was one of the main suggestions at the time.
Would you look at that? All you had to do was leave for 5 months.
Yep. Yeah, maybe it was our fault that it didn't happen sooner.
You do kind of have a...
I don't imagine why.
What's the opposite of an aphrodisiac?
Wow.
Huh.
Let's get on the.
I'm just
ship.
saying, there's a lot of time. A lot of people die.
Oh,
Does kind of kill the buzz.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
That's
It's
not
sad.
necessarily your fault.
Okay.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, you did kill someone half an hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the supplies and revisions area.
Yeah, people
Okay,
keep walking
well,
off. That's
Just gonna get some wine, maybe some hard liquor. Who knows?
Oh,
Whatever
no,
I'm
no.
feeling.
You guys are awkward. Roger picks up his ping pong paddle and walks over to the hoppers. Mary Mac is just standing there like, we done? Okay, cool. I'm up that way as well.
Same direction.
We're all going the same place.
Doesn't mean anything.
There
It's
aren't
exactly what
that
it
many
means.
places on this little tiny island.
This is a circle. Everybody's walking in the same
No.
direction, technically.
I don't think that's how that works. Mm-hmm.
I thought you were dealing with those two. I thought that was your thing. Can that go back to being
But
your
they're
thing?
together already. But they're together. It's a mission accomplished.
She just looks over at Celeste.
Unfortunately, she's correct.
Yeah, well, he's got both feet anyway.
God, by the gods, what the... You know what? That's probably just your humor. You know what? That's
She
fine.
just goes over.
I'm sure there's an entire dynamic going on.
I just look over at Cinder. So how are you doing?
Zarx comes up on one shoulder, Aelith comes up on the other shoulder. They both just like, we're fine.
Alright.
Oh yeah, the angel and the devil. I see.
I'm gonna follow them.
He's got a whole thing going on.
Yeah.
Cinder was not even going to respond to that. There you go.
What is going on in this room? Oh. You guys gather your things. You gather your booze. You go to the hopper.
Yeah.
Everyone's there. Halfad's there. It's like, all right, well, I assume you'll come back here before you do anything else, so
Yes.
Yeah.
have fun. Be careful up there. It's cold. And there's lots of nasty shit. You still got your cold weather gear we gave you from when you went up to the crumbling peaks, right? Forever ago.
Yes.
Yep.
I
You
believe so,
assume
yeah.
we take things out of our backpack once it goes into it?
No.
Ever?
I do not assume that.
I'm
Cold
shaking my head,
weather
but I
gear
don't even
has
know what it is.
Cold weather gear has never been washed. It's been in
No.
there since I put it.
I've washed it. I have washed
Ben's
it.
like,
just as
I'm
the note."
pretty sure Millicent still has that bag of meat that we bought in God's hold.
Don't say that.
It's just the bag part. She ate the meat that was inside of it.
I have dino meat.
What?
That's in there. I have dino meat.
How old is that? 65 million years?
Don't worry about it.
I think just like a month. Just like a month.
Yeah. I need more meat.
Oh,
We have
You're
meat.
just- we're at the provisions place.
Don't offer.
So low.
You will no longer have any left.
We have some. He just heads off, and after a few minutes, comes back with like a bag of like salted dried
Yes.
meat.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah.
Eat one right now.
He's just
Well, it's good to see some things don't change.
no. I've tried.
Oh,
to get
she
it
loves
fixed.
meat.
Ugh.
That she does.
I'm ready to go.
Oh, I'm sure.
Jensen just like looks at Cinder. Do you want me to?
Oh, old times.
She just takes the wheel, and immediately the whole thing just very smoothly just lifts off. You barely even feel it. All right, northward we go to Saint Lasgar.
Yeah.
Well, the wind is in our favor. We're looking at maybe 6 or 7 hours.
Woo.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seat. Oh wait, I'm a pilot. Hang on, I have to do this accurately.
What?
What?
That's how they do it.
Old times.
Mary Mac, is that true?
That's true.
Okay. Okay.
Fred, where are you? Hey, Fred, do you know this genie? Do you guys like talk?
Make a wisdom check.
Okay.
I was so close to that one. I was ready. I was excited for it.
Just kind of like looks into your eyes, and all of a sudden its eyes turn like a cold blue, and you almost like seeing through it. And you can see like wisps of like a slender figure that seems to be made out of gusts of wind itself. It just kind of like peering back towards you. And then it fades.
Wow, Fred, we just connected there for a second.
Yeah, that was weird.
You got an answer then?
Kind of.
Right.
Look, we're still working on it, alright? You've had a lot of years.
Yeah, it's different when you find him in the mountains versus, being a live thing.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was an elemental till like 2 months ago. I was just a bird.
And here we are.
Now he's a magic bird.
Wow.
Like Ed.
Yeah.
Is he alive?
Oh yeah, where is he?
Yeah, he's down in the islands.
Oh,
We did a whole rescue mission. It's a whole big thing.
yeah,
Oh yeah, no, that was crazy. That's where we found
They-
that crazy dude in the jail cell who smells like poo.
Mm.
The
what you
wolf?
did.
No, the other guy.
yeah, the other one.
No, we met Wolf back home. Actually, I met him at Rise. Actually.
Oh, that's where I got Fred.
Oh my God, it's all connected. Is that where I had to pick you guys up because you jumped down a big hole and
Yep.
Zago broke his legs
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you
That's
freed
what
a big seashell?
yeah, we
Yeah.
released a Leviathan to the ocean.
Oh, that was you guys. I should have figured.
Yeah.
Doesn't everything end up being us somehow?
Oh, and then like the next day is when we met Roger.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Because that's when everything blew up. Yes,
sure
it
is.
was. That's why you were peeing. Yes, I was.
I mean,
Hmm. Well, I shouldn't have talked
Anyways.
about that after all. That really led to a places.
This is a whole thing. Hey, Jinsung, you want to teach me how to fly the ship again? It's been like a long time.
Like,
since
oh yeah, sure. She just lets go of the wheel the whole thing, like.
Okay, all right.
Roger, we need some music. The Ballad of Ugly Jacob, please.
It's still a work in progress. Oh, there once was a caterpillar, and his mother was a killer. He gathered up some materials and he put himself in a cocoon. And then he came out and he was still ugly and covered in dust. What do you think?
I like it.
so where does this dusty bitch come in?
I gotta add that in. What rhymes with bitch?
Itch.
Whoa.
Oh, see? See?
Yeah. You can do a
Which?
lot of-
It's a good one.
Yeah,
I
let's
shouldn't
keep
be
working on
contributing
it.
to this.
She just starts like playing some like basic chord progressions.
Yeah, nice. Chord song.
Somebody roll a d12 for me.
Shouldn't be me.
I'll do it. 9.
Okay. You guys fly for the first time in quite a while. You are back on board a hopper. Feels good. You're really just heading straight north following the grid line far below, so it's not super difficult for her to navigate.
I'll see.
You guys can make perception checks for me.
Oh boy.
No fucking wind dragons.
No way.
Oh, wind dragon.
Womp womp.
What?
Wow,
It's
it's
okay,
really,
guys.
it's really. Well, everybody but Cinder. Cinder's concentrated on flying the ship. You guys look to the east to St. Luke Hall as you fly by. Let me share my app. Go to this screen. You guys are basically just going. I guess that doesn't work. Straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, my arrow's not appearing on there for some reason. But, and you're looking at over to St. Luke Hall, and you can see just the whole island seems to be covered. It's quite a few miles away, but it's like 150 or something, 120. But you can see off in the distance, those of you who rolled above 20 can see smoke just kind of drifting up from it. Ben
Hey, Ben.
is looking very wistfully in that direction. Yeah. That
Is there
that happened a few weeks ago. A few months ago, really. It was sent a big old robot. Wiped everything out.
Oh,
When you say everything, how much was there?
I mean, that was my home. That was the island I was in charge of before I was in charge of everything.
Yeah.
That was
Did we take out the robot?
Nope. We were just completely blindsided by that. That's why we evacuated everybody over to the larger islands.
Right.
Except for St. Lasgar. A lot of them didn't want to leave. Most of the people who remained are folks from the Abbey itself.
ah,
Which is part of what I want to go talk to them about. Because I really think they should reconsider. But we're moving forward. We took Forsberg, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole thing is just confusing to me still. The weirdest
What's
war
part?
I've ever heard of. I can't really make rhyme or reason out of what they're doing.
Zeltenbrock?
Just the whole thing. It's like they're trying to draw us in almost, you know?
well, we have a decent idea that Prexen herself is afflicted by Stein's madness, and then whatever the hell's going on with Andreas, that he's gone
Andres,
off the rails.
Andres very much made it seem like in our conversation that he's holding back a lot.
Why? Like, if they want to wipe us out, they probably could. Or at least they could have before.
Yeah.
Why
I
just
don't get that part either.
blow everybody up and then...
I'm not sure.
Ah, well, we'll find out soon enough. And we'll put a stop to whatever it is.
That's right.
Yep. It's the best we can do. It's what we've got.
You guys fly till around sundown. And you reach the island. Which is called something. Caldrela. And as you guys have reached this northerly part of the ladder, it has indeed, the ever-present rain of the area has given way to snow. Even in the midst of the summer here, it's kind of just like a sleet, and the temperature has dropped pretty dramatically by the time you guys are over the island itself. It is frigid here. Almost seems like there is an unnatural quality to the weather here. And Cinder, the visibility is almost nil. You bring it down pretty low to compensate.
This place is not awesome.
It's not very hospitable now.
Do you think maybe the genie has something to do with this weather?
I wouldn't be surprised. Beatrice was never particularly fond of it.
The weather or the genie or both?
Mostly the weather. I don't think she knew about the genie.
Hmm.
But, it's probably a protective mechanism, I would guess.
Yes, that's what I figured. Do you think perhaps the monks know about the genie and
Maybe that's why they want to stay.
are allied with it or something?
Some
Yeah.
of them might, yeah. I don't know. They're kind of cagey. Could be. They're pretty quiet folks. I mean, they're monks, so I guess that kind of makes sense. As you guys are flying in, as the night gets darker here, you guys all just immediately hear this something just like whooshing by the hopper. Everybody just kind of just hear this. Like something is like flying around and making strange, almost human-like sounds. You guys hear this, like, see this like piercing yellow and purple and blue coloration just whipping by. Guys, what?
Ben Merrimack?
I've heard of this. Just keep flying. Make it a little quicker if you can.
Should we be preparing to do something about this?
Just everybody buckle in.
Okay.
We're generally gonna, from what I hear, outrun these things. We just.
Send it.
Alright, just go ahead and make a check for your navigation.
Me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Guidance. Mm-hmm. 14.
It's tough. At this point, I would like everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm really good at that.
You guys hear this distant song coming from it, a very haunting tune.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Well, Cinder succeeded.
Of course.
I think it's no surprise that me and Millicent.
I know, I was like,
Both of those check out.
Would like you all to roll, those of you who failed, to roll a d10.
D10.
Uh-oh. Oi.
6.
Oh, wrong one. I rounded the 100. My bad. Wrong one.
16.
Wow.
Wow. 5! There we go.
You guys all just like stand motionless for a few seconds. You see Mary Mac does as well, as he pilots you through. The rest of you, meanwhile, see this suddenly appear. In a patch of clear sky ahead of you, you see this thing.
What the fudge?
Okay.
That boy.
Interesting.
It's like Northern Lights if they wanted you to die.
Yes. Ben's like, yeah, they call it Aurora Horribilis.
No
Oh,
way,
it's
that's
cute.
the name.
It's
That's
cute,
no
I
way.
know. It does seem to move behind you guys as you continue to outrun it, but the weather gets worse and worse as you guys get further inland. And you bring it very low, just kind of sweeping by, dodging larger mountains and crags covered in snow as you head northward. Till finally you guys can make out a dim light in the distance as you finally reach the outskirts of St. Lasgar. Then, as you guys kind of set down outside the walls of the city, the stone fortifications, you just kind of... Yeah, they say you have to reach the library on foot. From what I've heard. I really don't know very much about it. I don't know if it's real, but...
Great.
We'll see if anybody at the monastery knows, I guess.
Yeah, let's do that.
You guys head in after you dock the hopper. You kind of head through the open, wide gates of the city, and it is eerily still and silent here. It does seem like many have evacuated or something happened to them anyway. large, close together stone buildings with mostly red roofs, everything snow capped, kind of Windhelm vibes. Like, you know, if Santa's village was sad. Lots of dead vegetation, cobblestone streets, and dimly lit, mostly unlit lamps just kind of lining the roads. The center of town is a large circular building, crenellations at the top, and towers, 5 towers around it, which you can't miss. You can see torchlight, large bonfires at the top of each tower to light your way. You imagine that was what you saw when you were coming in. You can see it is the Abbey of St. Lasgar. You guys approach. Yeah, this is where the open hand monks train. It is probably the only place left here that's inhabited, it seems like, so I'm going to go in, and I have a contact here that I know who is one of the head monks. I'm going to find him and talk to him and see if there's anything I can do to get them to leave.
Could you ask them about the genie?
Yes,
too?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, let's all go in. We'll see what they say.
All right.
You guys go up to the front desk. You see this. There are a few people kind of milling about in the front room here. They all kind of look at you guys as you come in. There is some recognition of Ben. They all just kind of nod. Various races and ages, it seems like, but there is also just kind of like a front reception desk. This is just kind of like a small rectangular room with doorways all around that seem to be heading mostly around. You get the feeling that the circular building is probably kind of like a large wall with a courtyard in the center. Kind of go up to the woman at the desk. She's like a middle-aged looking elf woman. Hair in a bun. Seems to be very stately, just kind of looking over some things. Yes, I take it you're probably here to speak with Cosmo? Yeah, is he in? Is he available? I really want to... You know what he's going to say. Yeah, I just... You know, it can't hurt to try. We've got some new friends here. Well, he really doesn't want to see more than one visitor at a time, but... Alright, well, they've got some questions. Do you think you could chat with them a little bit while I'm up there with him? Sure. Just kind of looks over at you. Yeah, sure. Great. Alright, Carol will take care of you. I'm gonna go see if I can get some info out of Cosmo. I'll let you know.
Alright.
She just kind of stands at the desk, and as he walks off, she just kind of looks over all of you. You have quite a motley crew.
So
So
does your
we've been told.
monastery.
Touché. Do you have any questions? I'm kind of an archivist here, if you need anything. Would you rather have this conversation somewhere more private?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there are some other people in the room. Just kinda...
Just other monks of a place, right? So...
Yes, other students.
Somebody else want to lead this one?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Celeste.
I mean, just to really get to the heart of it, we were looking into possible library or genasi in this area.
Not
Genasi.
Genasi.
Not genasi. Sorry,
Ah.
Genie.
A genie.
I would like to have this conversation somewhere more private.
Okay.
Okay.
Chateau.
She just kind of gestures towards a hallway off to the side and kind of takes you into like a smaller study. She just kind of leans up against the desk in there. All right. What would you like to know? Where?
I mean,
If I do maybe make the trek on foot.
Yes. And you'll only find her if she wants you to.
Hmm.
And there are
worked too.
trials involved.
Do you know what kind?
It differs.
So maybe if we start the little trek and pass the trials, then she would be cool with us coming to visit.
Probably.
Have you visited?
Once, yeah. Many of us here make the trek as a sort of rite of passage. We try to keep it a secret. But there is knowledge there. And if you are worthy, she is willing to share.
I think we'd like to give it a shot.
And how do you all know Lord Tarstack?
Close friends. We're also part of the redoubt.
As I could tell by the cloaks. I was just curious. Making sure you
Yeah.
hadn't stolen them.
No. No.
Oh, you showed up with him, so.
Is she, I mean, is worthiness based upon the trials, or is it a matter of, like, morals or aptitude?
It seems to be a bit of all of them.
Okay.
She's picky.
Can she be amiable, or...
Yes.
Okay.
She's known to occasionally take patrons on. I know of one.
Currently?
Not anymore.
Well, when could we get started?
Actually, quick question. You might not be able to answer this, but would it make any impact if we've already talked to one of the other, genies?
I assume Gaius.
How did you know that?
Just
Uh,
a
pretty
lucky
good
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Interesting that you knew his name.
I have done my research. I am the head archivist here for a reason.
So yeah, maybe if we put in a good word with Gaius to send over to her or something, you think that would...
Potentially, I do not know. The earth and the air are somewhat distinct.
I think maybe they don't like each other.
It is hard to say. Elementals are fickle.
They're quite opposites.
He could probably at least tell us if we're wasting our time.
Yeah, would she turn us away because of my connection?
Only one way to find out.
Or maybe she'll just be more impressed if you pass.
Some of you,
Going against the elements.
some of you look a little familiar to me.
yes, it's probably true.
Do you know 4?
How do you know 4?
He came through here something like 20 years ago, 19. The genie helped him escape.
Well, that well was for sure.
He never told me that.
Fascinating.
But yes, I know him.
He came through
He
here
is-
with there was another with him.
Like him.
Yes, another Warforged.
Rusty?
13.
Oh.
Oh.
So they do have
Rusty
control.
had died.
Yes. I was... But 13 stayed up here.
Yes, 13 was arrested.
Oh.
But he turned him in. I do not know who. The Warforged are of some... It is something about which I happen to care a good deal. That is all. Many of us here are interested in liberation and freedom, as you might imagine. Studying what we do.
We are also interested in that.
I imagine so. Given that you work with Lord Tostak.
Yes.
Well,
So,
perhaps you will pass the test.
also, can I get your name again? I'm sorry.
Kara.
Thank you. Well, thank you for the info. Is there a location to go for that? If you knew?
Walk west and it will find you. There will be trials. There will be combat. Prepare yourself. It is a many miles trek.
We've traveled far enough, so
I believe you will do fine.
I'm sure we will. Well, should we wait for Ben or should we just go ahead out?
probably should wait for Ben. That way he knows what we're doing.
Yeah, alright.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you need access to texts, let me know. We don't have... well, I guess it depends on what you're interested in, but I don't imagine we have much that might be attuned to your interests. The genie usually keeps most of that for herself.
That's fair.
She just takes you back out to that front room.
Let's wait for Ben.
Okay, you guys wait a while. He eventually comes back down with this very stout-looking gnome. Got just a few wisps of black hair and like a very sad comb-over. Hey guys, well, Cosmo is as stalwart as ever.
Yes, I'm just not sure that we can really. I mean, this is where we study. This is where all of our texts are. This is where our training and proving grounds are. We are holy guardians of this knowledge that we have.
Yeah, I know.
I understand. It's just this is a difficult position.
Yeah. Did you get any info that you need?
Yes. There's a trial we have to pass.
You've
It's
been
gonna
talking to
walk
Kara.
west. Yeah.
If you seek the genie, I will just say, be warned. The unworthy are proven so rather forcefully.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then best of luck.
I mean, do you know if there's a general type or demeanor that deems you unworthy off the rip?
It differs.
Okay, fair enough. Changes with the wind, as it were.
You're
Sorry,
beginning to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out if it's all the same to you.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good call. Yeah.
Hang out here with the nerd lady. Kara's just...
Okay.
It's okay, I've gotten called that too, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll probably stay here.
I would imagine.
Really don't want to deal with it. Yeah, it just doesn't really sound like a fun time.
No.
We have
No.
places you can stay, of course. Most of the town has been evacuated.
Yeah, so great. It's a bigger house.
Well, not exactly.
Yeah, I know. I'm just,
All right, we have fun with that. We'll come back as soon as we can. Sure, we'll all be fine.
oh, nothing bad'll happen to you out there, I'm sure.
No.
Of course.
We
Things
killed
always
like
go so well.
we killed like 2 demon lords. Whatever.
don't think we want to take off the
Just
shoes.
everybody in the room is like,
It's just a phrase. All right, let's go.
Ben just kind of grabs you by the shoulder. Come back this time, okay?
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Wasn't really a plan last time, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
And good luck.
Well, I know exactly where my dad is this time, so.
Me too. I
All right.
don't.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know what to say to that. Good luck.
Thank you.
You just hear Kara like, if you want, you can visit the stables around the south side of the building. There will be some dog sleds you could take that might make the journey a bit easier.
Wow.
Sleds.
Dog sleds. All right. Let's go, everyone.
You just kind of like scribble something, I don't know. Just give that to the stable master.
All right. Run on down to the dog sleds.
You get 2 sleds.
Hey,
4
there's a
dogs
note.
each. This
I'll
is
take
just dwarf.
I'll take 4 dogs.
4 each. You get them set up. You get the feed bags and the various other pieces of equipment that you will need to traverse the icy tundra.
Wow.
And you head out the city gates to the west, in to the snow. And we can go ahead and end there. Ice time, baby. It's Icewind Dale 2.
We're Icewind Daling this.
Woo!
We're in hell now.
Yeah, the ninth circle. Where it's
Wow,
cold.
Yeah.
How very wonderful.
Gonna run into all those cold light walkers.
Oh no?
Oh no.
Our Vateres?
Yeah.
Alright, well, that will do it for us for this week. Are we good for next Wednesday?
Yes.
Cool beans. Well then, until then. Hasty Lumbago.